too bland. Let's just adjust our mirrors here. So, I was thinking about something, and I wanted to share it with you guys, and I wanted it to be really crystal clear. Let me make sure my camera's clear here. I wanted it to be really clear. I want you guys to understand something. So, as you can see from just, I can only talk about myself, obviously. I can't speak for others, except for I can speak for others in this regard. Your rights, the rights that you have, the rights that are inalienably given to you by God, by the Creator, by your Creator, even if you're atheist, then by your mother and father and your genealogy, your history, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, the rights that you have that are granted to you at birth were not given to you by a government. You did not get your rights from the United States government. You didn't get your rights like that. You didn't get them. That's not how you got your rights. You got your rights because you were born a human being. Now, we happen to be born in the greatest country in the history of the world, as far as documentation is concerned. You're born free. You're born free here in the United States of America. You have a right to use your rights. And that's what you guys are about to see here in a couple seconds. I'm going to go into this building and I'm going to let them know in no uncertain terms. I didn't come here to check in with you. I came here to flex my rights, my constitutional rights. I don't need to tell you what I'm doing here. I don't need to explain myself to you. And I won't do it. So I'm going to get my excitedness out right now because as you guys will see, I'm going to become very calm once I enter into this building. My face is dry here in Arizona. I need some lotion for my face. My face is dry. I got my bed. I got my bed set up. I got my apparatus that's going in the back. I got done. Cousin Chester here in Phoenix built out the bed for me. It's amazing. It's amazing. You guys will see. I created if you guys ever see van dwelling on YouTube, because from here I'm heading over to Northern California. I'm heading to Santa Clara County, California. Probably this weekend I'm heading to Santa Clara County. And then after that, I'll be heading over to Arkansas, Oklahoma. That's where I'm heading next, Arkansas. I'm going to go to NorCal first. And then after I go to NorCal to handle some business up there that has to be handled, then after that, I'm heading over to Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas. And then I'm going to file my lawsuit in Plano, Texas in the next probably month, I would say. The first lawsuit will be filed. So those people who are keeping up with my YouTube page, the people who defamed me, the first lawsuit comes out in about a month. And there's a chronological order in which I'm suing people. So just be ready for that. That's going to be fun. But I wanted to talk a little bit before I get inside this building that I'm going to right now. I want to talk a little bit about your rights because I want you guys to understand exactly what I'm doing. I need some lotion. My face is so dry. I'm so sorry, guys. But what you guys are about to see is you're about to see me flex my rights. See, I have a right to flex my rights. Let me put it to you in another term, right? You guys know I love to work out. I work out every day. I do 20 wind sprints a day where I go outside and I put a line here and I go to 20 wind sprints, 20 sprints every day. So that in case someone attacks me, I'm able to defend myself. I'm not going to put myself in a position for someone to attack me unless it's on camera and they can attack me and then I'll sue them. But I'm not going to allow someone on the streets to attack me and me not be in shape. But as you know, some of you guys are athletes. Some of you guys, have been athletic in your life. You know as well as I do, if you're not doing those sprints every day, you're not ready for a sprint. When I take people outside and I go, hey, let's go do some sprints. By about their third or fourth sprint, they're done. They're cooked because they haven't been doing 20 sprints a day. You got to do 20 sprints a day to be in shape enough to have a full-on fist fight with another person and not get the shit beat out of you. Sorry for the language. Dang it. Sorry for the language. Let me use my left hand. So I saved my right hand for filming here. I should have that gimbal by tomorrow. So this will be the last day of shaky hands. I hope. You see, but it's not even the cop that makes me nervous, even though when the police come around, of course you get nerves. It's that when I hold it out in front of me for so long, my shoulder just gets tired from holding the phone out in front of me. So there's that. So anyway, I was talking about this. If you don't use your muscles every day, then you lose the ability to lift the amount of weight that you can lift. If you're a serious weightlifter or you're a serious trainer, if you've ever gone all the way to the state championship level or the national level of a sport, then you know what I'm saying is true. If you don't use your muscles in your particular sport daily, every day, when I was wrestling competitively and fighting MMA competitively, I trained 6 days a week. On the 7th day, I would take a light jog just to keep myself dialed in case I have to have a match. You know, when you're training competitively, you train 7 days a week, 6 days, you know, really hard. And then on the 7th day, you just take it easy. And then as you get a little older and you become more successful in your sport, you don't go live. You just do technique. And then you condition for your wind, for your anaerobic and aerobic threshold. And then you end up just doing technique most of the time. And then you go live when you fight somebody. Right. So now, you know, as well as I do, if you're not hitting that single leg, double leg, if you're not practicing the single, double constantly, well, then my friend, you get out of shape and you get out of practice and you're not that good. If you don't flex your muscles and even if you're just lifting bench press, are we still going? Did it just turned off on me. So I was trying to get a point across here, and of course the app just popped and turned off. It makes me wonder. I'm going to get another phone in this next week or two. I'm going to get another phone. So if you don't use your muscles week in and week out, well, then what happens is your muscles aren't as strong. So you know that if you do bench press or you do push-ups, let me give you a simple example that you guys can try at home. Drop down and do as many push-ups as you can. Just drop down and do as many push-ups as you can. And then tomorrow, do it again. And then the next day, do it again. And the next day, do it again. What you're going to find by about the 5th or 6th day, not even the 3rd week, by the 5th day or 6th day, you're going to be able to do more push-ups than you could previously. Oh, come on, guys. Come on, Arizona drivers. Come on, you motherfuckers. Okay, there we go.
In half a mile, take exit 143B for I-17 south toward US 60 east, 1 to 10 truck route.
So you have to flex your muscles every day if you're going to be successful doing push-ups, doing box sprints, whatever you're doing. You have to flex your muscles every single day. And if you don't flex your muscles every day, my friend, you're weak. You're weak. Like a little kitty cat. You're weak.
Take exit 143B.
You're weak. I get my OCD going, and I just get stuck on the idea that you haven't been training. You have not been training. And I'll be honest, I'm a little soft right now, just not because I'm not training, but because I've been at my cousin's house and I've been enjoying the foods that a family eats. You know, they make fried chicken and they make potatoes. You know, I'm a bachelor, so when I end up eating, I eat my meat. And then I don't have a side. I just eat meat and that's it. And then I forget to eat again for 20 hours. And then I eat again 20 hours later. So I've been at my cousin's house. So I feel like my cheeks are a little chubby from enjoying the food. I'm enjoying the food at my cousin's house. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. The food that his wife, cousin Tawny. Oh man, cousin Tawny makes her fried chicken and she's black. So if you don't think black folks make better fried chicken, then, well, you know what? I got another buddy who makes fried chicken. That's a little bit off color, I guess, but it's true. She makes fried chicken like you have never tasted. It is so good. Cousin Tawny, if you're seeing this, thank you so much for the fried chicken you made. It is absolutely amazing. I really appreciate it. But I'm a little soft from staying at
exit 199B, then merge onto South 23rd Avenue.
I'm a little soft from eating all the chicken and all the potatoes and the cereal and the stuff that's in a family home. I'm leaving that house in the next couple days, and I'm heading up to NorCal to handle some business.
Merge onto South 23rd Avenue, then use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto West Jefferson Street.
Heading up to Santa Clara. I gotta put the sheriff up there on notice and let Morgan Hill Police Department know that they have a tyrant on their roster and that I want that tyrant suspended. That's what I want. I want the tyrant in Santa Clara at Morgan Hill Police Department. I want him suspended. There's a tyrant. You guys haven't seen the video yet. I'm still editing it, but there's a tyrant in Santa Clara at Morgan Hill Police Department. This man clearly violated the rights of everybody where he was. And as I edited the video last night, I fell asleep at my computer. Yeah, the work. And for those people who are reaching out to me through Brookside, make sure you keep contacting me. I have 10 people so far that I have recordings from Brookside. I have recording from Brookside. So if you're at Brookside and you've reached out to me and I haven't spoken to you lately, if you even get this far in the video, a lot of people only watch the video for 5 or 10 minutes, and that's fine. But you got to make sure that you reach out to me if you're from Brookside, because I'm coming to Alabama. I'm coming there.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto West Jefferson Street.
I'll be heading to Alabama because I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go park my car right in front of Jim Wooten's office, and I'm gonna ask him, "Have you violated anybody's rights, brother?" I'm gonna find out what Jim Wooten did. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. And Talib, you're the first lawsuit, brother. Talib Kweli, you're the first lawsuit. And then I think I'm going to do Jolly Ginger, and I'm going to do I Speak. I'm going to do Lethal Lex. I'm going to do 4 at the same time, I think. I'm going to file 4 lawsuits at the same time. I have to go to different states to file them, so I'm probably going to do it. Where are we here? Where are we? Pretty close. You guys want to see where I'm at? So this is downtown Phoenix right here. One of these is the building that I'm going to be heading into. They call it the Justice Center. They call it the Justice Center. Okay. The Justice Center. Okay. You see. So I just came on for a few minutes here before I walk in because I just want to make sure that there's some people watching in case I end up in the dungeon, because I'm not going to back down. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to flex my rights. And if they violate my rights, they're welcome to arrest me, but I am not going to back down. You are going to respect my rights. And if you don't, I'm having a good time using these legal skills that I've learned. I'm having a good time. I would love to make some money from the city of Phoenix. I hate to be a burden on the taxpayers, but I will not allow them to violate my civil rights. If you don't flex your rights, you don't have any rights. That's just the way it is. Arizona Department of Transportation. We're not going to go in that one. You have to use the rights that you have. And I got to go by the Highway Patrol again because they still haven't contacted me about the complaint. So how far down this road am I going here? I believe the address was 425. I believe the address was 425. Maybe it's 1545. The map should tell me. It should alert me where I'm going here. There's an Arizona building there. But this is the Justice Center. It's a really nice building that we spend so much money on to throw people in a dungeon. It's really atrocious. It's just an embarrassment that we spend this amount of money on these buildings to put people in dungeons. It's just terrible. It's really terrible. Let me check my map real quick, guys. Just real
right onto South 9th Avenue.
Oh, so it's coming right up here on the. Oh man, then there's Tent City right over there. You got Tent City, and then I got a guy here. This guy's gonna. I got you, brother, but you're sleepwalking, my friend. You got to wake up, get out of the reality that you're in. I mean, look at the homelessness down here in Phoenix. It's pretty bad. Not quite as bad as Los Angeles, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's not good. It's not good. Look at that. Not good. Not good at all.
Turn right onto South 9th Avenue.
There's I'm taking a right here on 9th. And we're going to head right over here to this building.
In 600 feet, turn left onto West Jackson Street.
Okay, there's Madison. Look at the tent cities going on over here. Oh, that's a stop sign I just ran right through.
Turn left onto West Jackson Street.
Okay, so where's Jackson Street. Is this Jackson? I don't think this is Jackson. It is Jackson Street. Yeah, we're down in Homelessville down here where this is.
In 1,000 feet, your destination will be on the left.
In 1,000 feet, my destination will be on the left. All right. Let's see what it looks like. Let's take a look at what it looks like. I don't really want to park down here where all the ghetto is. It is ghetto for sure. I'll pay a meter, but I don't want to get arrested and pay a meter because I'm not going to back down.
Your destination is on the left.
There it is, Maricopa County Downtown Justice Center. That's where we're going. That's right where we're going, right there. That's right where we're heading. That's right where we're going to. Amazing. So this says reserved. Okay, so there's a 2-hour parking right there. Let's use this one right here, shall we? Whoop, whoop, whoop. At least then my car is kind of away from the hood. It's not atrocious. Okay, there we go. There it is. Okay, we got a 2-hour limit here. Okay. Grab my debit card here so I can pay this meter. Flip this camera around for you guys. Sorry about that. Okay. That one will work. I should use the other one, but that one's fine. Let's use that one. All right, we're going to unplug here. And so it begins. And so it begins. So it begins. Minutes left on that. That's nice. So there's the Maricopa Justice Center. And we're just going to make what we're doing here, just so everybody knows, I'm going to take a picture of my poster inside of the Justice Center. That's what I'm doing here. That's my business here. And since I'm a free American and that's a tax-funded building, I have the right to go in there and take a picture with my poster inside of the Justice Center. I have that right. Here's my poster right here. And now, just in case the internet cuts out, what I'm doing is I'm bringing in my sound gear. Let me just set this up real quick here for you guys. Put this right here for you. I got my sound gear here just in case. I'm going to pop my sound gear on right here. There we go. I put fresh batteries in this just now so that if my phone turns off, that I'll have a mic here and I'll be wired for sound so that even if the Wi-Fi cuts out, I'll then switch over to camera mode and I'll have to upload it for you guys after this. And this time I'm bringing my own water. I will not be cheated on my rights. I will not be cheated. And like I said, guys, you have rights. If you don't flex those rights, then you're weak. I'm not saying you personally are a weak person. I'm saying that if you don't flex your constitutional rights, then your rights are weak. I'm not talking about you being a weak person. I'm saying that you have to flex your rights. So here's my business I have to do here. And I guess I'll just roll sound on this. Let's just start rolling sound just so that way. And I've got my poster here. Okay. And so now we shall proceed here. Let's go in here and let's make sure that they're going to respect our rights. Okay, so we shall proceed. Car's locked. Boy, it's a beautiful building. This is a really nice building, that's for sure. And this is called the Maricopa Downtown Justice Center. If you guys want, I'll get a shot of this for you guys so you guys can see it. This is really nice. It's a nice building. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let me get a shot of this for you guys so you guys can see what you're looking at there. Maricopa Downtown Justice Center. Can't get that gimbal set up fast enough, can I? Cannot get that gimbal set up fast enough. Justice court filing only. Amazing. Public. Oh, that says no photos or video of your hallway. Yeah, that's not true. That's not true at all. Hey, how you doing, sir? Good. How are you, sir?
Can I get your symptoms?
Sure, no problem.
All right.
Do I need to put this in the machine?
Yes, you do, and you can't film on your court. You have to get take time.
Oh, yeah, I can then.
So you can.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that does not. No. But see, the difference, I'm a constitutional law scholar. And you
I
guys,
understand that.
and
Here
so,
you go, sir. That's the documentation telling you what you can.
can I get your badge number?
Sure, my name is Officer Woods.
Badge number?
We don't really have badge numbers here.
Can
We go by name.
Can I see your badge here? Because I'm just going to warn you now. If you guys don't let me in
Here you
here, I'm going to sue you personally.
Okay,
I'll file a lawsuit
all
against
right.
you.
I understand that.
Against you.
Yes,
against
that's
you
fine.
and you too.
That's fine.
So you guys, I'm not leaving until you let me in.
You won't be able to do that.
Then you need to call the police because you guys are going to let me in. That's what's going to happen today. And if it doesn't happen, you guys are going to be held liable under 1983.
Okay, well, you have the documentation.
What's that?
I said you have the documentation.
I have it right here, but I'm not leaving until I go in here and I do my business.
You can't conduct your business while filming.
No, I am going to conduct my business while filming. Yeah. Yes, I am. I mean, you guys are welcome to stop me, but I'm going to conduct my business here. I mean, I'm a non-violent person, but I have a right to walk into a building that's state funded. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, yes, I can.
Sir, take a look at the document. You didn't even read what I gave you.
I don't care what your policy says. This is not the law.
That's the county policy.
I don't care what the policy
Make it
is.
about, sir. That's not my policy.
I'm gonna walk through the metal detector. Are you gonna physically stop me, sir? You're gonna physically stop me?
I'm just standing here.
You're gonna physically put my hand here. Shake
Put
a
your
little bit.
step back over so he can go through.
Go ahead, walk through. You're gonna physically stop me from going into a building? I'm gonna need your name and badge number, sir. You're not allowed to physically. You guys aren't allowed to do what you're doing.
Read the paperwork.
I can read the paperwork all day, but this is policy, sir. This is not. These are not my rights.
This is from.
Okay, show me what I'm supposed to read here that says that the law.
This is Superior Court. This is from the Superior Court of Maricopa County.
I'm trying to
That's
tell
the
you.
highest court here, all right?
I'm trying to explain it to you, man. You're gonna get yourself in big trouble.
No, I'm not.
Today's the day your life changes. I'm gonna sue you.
Okay, I'm gonna find it right here.
I'm telling you, brother, you're gonna get sued by me. I'm gonna sue
Supreme
you.
Court prohibits the taking of any photographs or recordings of an individual in areas of courtrooms without the individual consent.
And that's a law.
Yeah, that's
That's
a law.
that's a law.
This is a rule.
That's a rule. That's
Yeah,
a rule.
Rule 122.1.
That's not the law, my friend. That's a
Well,
rule.
I'm telling you,
That is not the
it's
law.
a rule established by the court.
Listen, you need to call the police because I'm not leaving until you let me in.
Well, why would you want me to call the police?
Because you can trespass me, but then I'm gonna sue you personally. You're working out. So
I'm working as an agent of the court.
Let me explain it to you guys. Let me explain it to you guys. He has a scope of practice called the color of law. I want you guys to all understand what he's doing right now. He has a scope of practice called the color of law. If he works outside of the scope of practice, he violates my constitutional rights. If he does that, I'm warning him now. I will file a 1983 civil rights litigation against him personally, as well as this gentleman here who physically stopped me. I will sue them personally. Each one of them will be sued by me personally, and I'll sue the county. You are not allowed to block me from entering to a state-funded. That's a rule. That is not a law. Are you a law enforcer or a policy enforcer? The court, I don't care what the court ruled. That's not a law. You're going to get yourself in trouble.
I'm telling you that the policy the courts have, and this is.
I don't care what the policy is. I don't care what the policy is.
It's up to you what you want to do.
I want to go in here. I'm asking
record.
politely to walk in here. No, I'm asking politely to walk in here. I mean, you guys are welcome to stop me physically.
Do you need me to trespass?
If the police are going to come, the police are going to come. But it's up to you guys. I'd like to walk through the security right here and go through my security. You have no right to stop me. Listen to me, Mr. Movinsky, you're holding yourself in contempt. You're going to be sued. I don't think you understand what's happening right now. Do I seem like the regular person who comes in here filming? Or do I seem like a constitutional law scholar? You can't violate my rights. You're violating my free. Listen, let me show you something. Let me help you guys out. Let me educate you guys real quick here. So this right here, what you're looking at right here. I am shaking because I got a bunch of people around me who are telling me I can't come in. I'm really pissed off, to be honest. I'm really upset that you're denying me my rights. So just so you know, so this is the Constitution of the United States of America here. So you see that where that works right there? You see where that works right there? So that's my First Amendment right there. You don't have the right to deny me my First Amendment right, and if you do, you're going to be sued.
I just told you, I'm not denying you anything.
You are stopping me.
The
You
courts
guys,
are.
no. You guys are stopping me. She came up here and made fun of me. What's your name and badge number, ma'am? She came up here. You made fun of me. You
No,
said
I
that.
did. I said.
Am I shaking? Of course. I'm
yeah.
around this. Okay, so this is a security state, police state. What this is? Okay. So let me explain to you guys what a security state, police state is. A security state is when security officers set up a perimeter to deny you your constitutional rights. That's what a security state is. When you hear the term security state, police state, what they're doing is denying me my constitutional rights to enter into a state-funded public building. And when they do that, they're working outside of the color of law. If you work outside of the color of law, that then means you can be held personally liable under a 1983. That's what that means. And so each one of them, now she's phone. Is that a personal phone, ma'am? I need your name and badge number, ma'am, so I can FOIA that. Ma'am, what's your name and badge number?
I need to put that down.
No, what's your name and badge number, ma'am? Ma'am,
Oh,
what's
can I give me yours?
you took a picture of me, ma'am.
No, I didn't.
You're violating, ma'am. You're going to be in trouble. I don't think you understand. You don't. Do I seem like the regular guy to you that comes in here? I don't think you understand. What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number?
Conducting business. Are you gonna give me your name?
Did you take a photo of me? Why are you hiding? Why are you hiding? Why are you, Anita? That's your name? What's your last name? She took a photo of me. I want to FOIA that. I want to FOIA that information.
Well, there's nothing wrong with me doing that.
You don't have a right to deny me entry into a public building, guys. Sir, listen, you don't have the right to do what you're doing. You're breaking your constitutional vow. Did you take a vow to the Constitution? Did you? If you did, you have to let me in. You have to let me in. What's your name and badge number, sir? Are you going to hide your name and badge number? Because I don't see your badge now all of a sudden.
I don't have that.
Is it Hazlitt?
Yeah.
What department are you with? The police or your sheriff?
No.
You're just security?
Yeah.
So this is exactly what you guys have to understand. So these guys are just security. This is the definition of what a security state is. When they deny me entry into a building, the security is then denying me entry into a building, meaning that security state is denying me my constitutional rights. Pretty sad, guys. Pretty sad. I don't think you understand. Can I get your business card? I need all your information. Dude, you can laugh all you want, but you have the education of an elementary school person. You have the education of an elementary school kid. You don't understand it. You don't understand how the Constitution works. You're going to find out when you get civil litigation. You'll figure it out. I don't want that.
You said you want information.
What's the information?
That's why you filed a complaint.
So this is where you file the complaint.
There you go. Just for you. That's yours.
Yeah, but you guys, I'm not leaving. I want to come in and conduct my business. Why can't I conduct business in here?
Because you're not allowed to film in the courtroom.
I'm not in the courtroom. This is the lobby.
The lobby.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not true. That's
I
not
just
true.
gave you this accusation.
But that's because no one's ever challenged it before. I'm here to challenge this. I'm here to flex my rights.
But you're going to be trespassed because you cannot film in the building.
And then I'm going to file a lawsuit. You can't trespass me from a public building.
Like you said, this is America. You're free to file a lawsuit all you want.
Just to be clear, I want to be clear here. I want you guys to be clear. I'm more than willing to let them examine me or check my bag or anything like that. But if I try to go through, this gentleman gets in the way and stops me from walking through. Are you going to stop me physically from walking through, sir? Am I allowed to walk through here? Or are you going to stop me physically?
You can walk through all you want without filming. Yes.
No, I'm going to film.
Because when you come through with that camera, you're invading everybody else's lobby in this lobby.
This is a public lobby,
But
sir.
they're entitled to privacy.
They don't have an expectation to privacy in public. No, they do
That's
not.
what that documentation tells you.
I don't care what that documentation says.
expectation of privacy.
My documentation says I have a First Amendment right to free press to film in any public building that's publicly
Just
funded.
like you just told my coworker, you wanted a copy of it, they're entitled to what you're filming. You cannot film somebody without their permission. Are you
You're
gonna get everybody's-
incorrect.
Are you gonna get everybody's permission in this courtroom?
You're incorrect.
No, I'm not.
Your data is
Read
incorrect.
the paper.
I don't care what the paper says.
Read the
Your
paper.
data is incorrect. That's only
You are
because
violating
nobody has
public
challenged
rights.
this before.
I'm talking about your rights. You're
Listen,
violating- you wanna
and
violate
look at this guy.
rights.
The elementary school education probably can't do basic arithmetic. And he's over here sighing that I would want to use my constitutional rights. You should be thanking me, sir. You should be thanking me right now. That's what you should be doing. You should be thanking me for flexing my constitutional rights. I mean, you literally look like a joke. You're a clown, dude. You're a walking clown. I mean, look at you walking around. I mean, you can't even control what you eat, let alone control the Constitution, my friend. I mean, why don't you take control of your own life before you judge me and sigh and laugh? I mean, you're a security guard, bro.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is a security state. When they deny me access to a state-funded public building, they have created a security state. So when you hear that term security state, police state, this man is what represents a security state. He's over here sighing and that I would be here flexing my rights. Listen, you don't have any expectation of privacy in a public library, in a public space. You have no expectation of privacy. Don't you know that?
This is a court.
It doesn't matter if it's a court building or not. It's a publicly funded court building.
It's a court.
Okay, and what does that mean?
It abides by different rules.
What's that?
It abides by different rules.
Oh, the court has different rules from the Constitution? I'm not in a constitutional area right now?
You're violating other people's privacy. You're violating my privacy right now.
No, I am
I
not.
didn't give you my
You have
permission to
no
film you.
expectation of
I
privacy.
didn't give you my permission to film you. Did I? Do you have my permission?
This clown right here thinks that in a public lobby that he has an expectation of privacy, and he does not. You do not, sir.
You don't have my permission.
Sir, you do not have an expectation. I don't need your permission. You're in a publicly funded building. You don't have any expectation of privacy, and neither does this guy here. Neither one of you do. Neither do I. Anybody can walk in here and film me as well. Okay. Do I need to put my bag through the scanner?
You cannot go through
Do I need to put my bag through the scanner? Do I need to put my bag through the scanner?
You just have
Do I need to put my bag through the scanner?
I have customers behind you. Excuse me.
Those are public citizens. Yeah, I can step aside for you, sure. You bet. If I need to put my bag through the scanner, I'm more than willing to do that. If you guys want me to put my bag through the scanner and you want to scan my stuff, more than willing to be scanned here. Do you need? No, Malinsky, are you an officer of the law or are you security? You're security. So you don't have a right to tell me that I don't have my constitutional rights. You're violating the law, sir. You're violating the law. I have a right to film in this lobby. I have a right to film here. I'm going to try to go through again and see if they stop me again. So, what do you need from me? He's physically stopping me from entering to a building. He's physically stopping me. Let me ask you a question. Do you think you would physically try to stop me if you weren't in a position of authority right now? Do you think you would try to physically stop me? Do you think you would try to? I'm asking you, do you think you would try that? I'm just asking. Do you think you would? Do you think you would try to do that? I'm not in the way. They're more than welcome to go through. Oh my God, look what's happening. I'm filming people walking into a public lobby. Oh my God. Hey brother, how you doing? Good to see you. See, he understands he has no expectation of privacy. I don't understand how I can't come into a public library. I don't understand how I can't come into. So now, if you guys don't know, when you hear the term security state, police state, that's what this is. These people have taken the authority of my constitutional rights, and they are violating my constitutional rights by not allowing me to enter into a publicly funded building. They're violating my rights. These people are going to hold themselves personally accountable for violating my rights. Now, when the cops get here, they're going to tell these guys, you have to let him in. That's what's going to happen. That's what's about to happen. And if the cops don't let me in, then they hold themselves in contempt of the Constitution, which would be a 1983 civil rights violation. That's what's happening right here, right now. They're not allowed to do what they're doing. This is unconstitutional. This is against my rights. And we have, if you don't, like I said, if you don't flex your muscles, you don't get to use your muscles. And so, you know, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. So how long before the cops get here? Because I need somebody here that help. So you didn't swear an oath to the Constitution. You didn't swear an oath to the Constitution. You didn't. You're a security guard. So you didn't swear an oath to the Constitution. Not to do this job. You just signed up and they gave you a job and you make $25 an hour. But you didn't swear an oath to the Constitution. I'm asking a question here, sir. Okay.
I don't have to question. I'm not going to you. I don't have to answer anything while you're talking.
Sir, you know what? You are absolutely correct. You don't have to answer any question I ask you. I give him that. He is correct. He doesn't have to answer any question that I ask. Look at this clown. Look at this clown. I'd love to get him in the gym. I'd love to get this guy in the gym. Let's just get him into the gym and see what he does. He wouldn't meet. He wouldn't meet. I don't understand what the deal is. I don't understand why I can't come in. Why can't I come in?
Sir, this one's to your right.
So why can't I come in? I don't understand what's going on.
Because you're not allowed to film in the court.
Who said that?
I gave you the documentation.
That's a rule. That's not a
It's
law.
a Superior Court ruling that you can't film in the court.
It's a mistake. It's a mistake.
I'm not the Superior Court.
So how many times am I going to be denied? Is there anybody coming who has
And
authority?
as long as they give us that documentation that says we have to deny you, that's all I'm going to do. Sir.
I'd like to come through. I'd like to come through. I'd like to come through.
Sir, you cannot
Can I come
step through
through?
while recording.
I'd like to come through. No, I'd like to come through.
You're more than welcome to come through.
I'd like to come through. I'd like to come through. Please let me through. Please stop me. Please let me. Please stop stopping me. Let me through.
Sir,
Yeah, let me
do you
through.
have anything more interesting to do today?
No, I need to get in here. I have business here today.
Do you have anything else more interesting to do?
No, this is what I'm doing.
If
This.
you really have business here, stop filming. You're more than
No,
welcome
I don't have
go.
to stop filming. My
But then you
business
can't
here.
come in.
I have. Why are you stopping me? You're physically stopping me? Are you physically stopping me from entering? I can't walk past you without you attacking me?
Not when you're recording. I'm not attacking anybody.
So then I can walk past you without you attacking me? I mean, I'm not trying to bump into you, but can I pass by you here? Or are you going to stop me physically from passing by? Are you going to pass? I mean, I'm asking you, are you going to stop me physically? He's blocking the entrance. I can't get in. So I don't understand. Dude, thousands of people are going to see you doing this. You're violating my rights. You're making a big mistake, dude. You're making a big mistake. You're making a big mistake.
How you doing, man? Let me get that line.
Sir, no.
Now you're blocking me on
This
this.
thing that's on, there's not even, I'm not in use.
Well, I don't have any weapons on me. I'm not armed. I'm a non-violent person.
Doesn't matter.
So why are you stopping me?
It's not on, it's not in use.
Look, tell me why you're stopping me. If I'm not.
Sir, still that's like.
No, I'm coming through, dude. You have to admit the reason you're stopping me is because I'm pressed.
Perspective, please.
No, you have to admit that you're stopping me because I'm pressed. Say that on the camera so I have a civil
You
rights.
can't come through because you're filming. You're
I
not allowed
can't
to
come
film
through
in the
because
court.
I'm filming. That you violate my
The
rights,
press
sir.
is allowed to come in here and
You're-
film if they get permission from the court.
I don't need
which
permission.
You don't have.
I am the press and I
Okay,
don't
well,
need
you
your
can't come in
permission.
while you're filming.
I want to come in. I
Sir,
mean,
you're not coming in
you're
while you're
physically
filming.
stopping me. I'm going to walk in as soon as you move. You
Well,
can't
okay.
stop me from
Well,
coming
I
into it.
guess that means I can't move.
Then don't move. But you're violating my rights right now. You need to let me go by. You need to let me go by. Dude, I would love for you to meet me at the gym, take off that gear, and see how you do. I don't think you would do very good. You'd get worked.
Don't get twisted.
Oh, see my ears, bro? I teach it. Don't
get twisted.
Don't get twisted, brother.
Don't be twisted.
Don't get twisted. Come down to the gym. Come down to the gym.
I don't need to go to the gym.
Come down to the gym. Let's see how you do.
You have no clue.
I'll bet you would take like 15 seconds before you
have
were
no
done.
clue.
Before you were done. Before you were done, brother.
You have
Before
no
you were
clue.
done. Before you were cooked. You'd be cooked goose, bro. You'd be cooked goose.
You have no clue.
Well, come down to the gym. I'll give you the dress.
That's all I'm going to tell you. You have no clue.
Well, come down to the gym. Let's, like gentlemen, let's respect each other. Once you're done, I pick you up off the mat. I'll shake your hand. I'll treat you like a gentleman.
Ooh, you have no clue.
Let's find out. I'll give you the address. But you're violating my rights right now. How long is this going to take? Why are you stopping me from entering? Why are you stopping me from entering? Why are you
You have a
stopping?
duffel bag that hasn't gone through an x-ray?
I'll put my duffel bag with the x-ray, no problem.
And you're recording still.
And I'm recording. That's why you're stopping me, because I'm recording?
For both, yes.
Okay, I'm more than willing to put my duffel bag through the machine. Can you put my duffel bag through, sir?
Not till you're done recording.
I'm going to record as my duffel bag goes through the machine. You're not allowed to stop me from recording. Don't you understand that? You're denying my right to be pressed. You're violating. I don't. There's no rules. There's no laws in there. There is no law that I cannot record. Dude, you don't understand what you're doing, dude. You don't understand what you're doing. You're making a huge mistake. So what do I, listen, I don't want to violate the rules that you guys have as far as security is concerned, but you can't deny my right to be press. You're breaking my right. Dude, my camera hears everything you say, you clown. You clown. You better grab me while you got the badge on, bro. You better grab me while you have it at the job, because you wouldn't grab me outside of that job, bro. It wouldn't last 2 seconds, brother. 2 seconds.
Are you threatening me?
I'm just saying, I'm saying I would love to meet you at the gym. At the gym.
Threatening me outside of my job.
Oh yeah. Oh
job,
sure.
man.
Oh sure. Yeah,
If
go.
you
It's on.
threaten me,
Hey,
that's a
douchebag.
threat.
It's on camera,
It's a
douchebag.
threat.
It's on camera, douchebag.
It's not a
Fucking
threat.
douche. You fucking douchebag. It's on camera, you fucking pussy. It's on camera. It's on camera. Those are not fighting words. That would be Chaplinsky versus New Hampshire, 1942. See, while yours says elementary school, mine says constitutional law scholar. You're a clown, dude. It's on camera. I never threatened you. I would love for you to meet me at the gym, but don't come over here and cahoot and be like, if he comes through, we're going to grab him. Dude,
No.
You better grab me while you got that badge on. That's your only hope. Don't you ever bow up to me in real life. Ever. Neither one. I'll let you go one at a time, one after the next. You want to find out? Let's make an
I
appointment.
really wish that you had something more important to do right now in your
No,
life.
this is the most important thing
I
with
really
my
did.
life.
I really did.
You guys are denying me entrance because I'm pressed.
I really wish you had something more important in life to do right now.
Oh, you like being a security guard and doing nothing with my
Whatever
life?
serves your purpose, but this is not serving a positive purpose.
What are you
If
talking
think
about?
it is,
This is my rights and
if
you're
it's-
denying
If you
them.
think this is serving you a positive purpose, do you? Do you? That's all I can say is do you.
I'm not going to physically challenge you, dude. Not while you got the badge on and you're working in a security capacity. I'm not going to challenge you. But if you move, I'm walking through here. You don't have a right to stop me from walking into a public building. I'm more than willing to be scanned, but you don't have a right to block me. This is wrong what you're doing, dude. You have to let me in. You have to let me in, dude. You can't block the door for me coming into a public building.
Come on, through.
Amazing, dude. Amazing. How I don't understand what you're doing right now. This is just amazing. This is just incredible.
Thank you.
Dudes like you, man, just make me sick. Dudes like you make me sick. You make me sick, dude. You make me sick. You really do. You don't understand what you're doing right now. You're working against the people. You're working against freedom. You may not like me because I've challenged your authority, but you're working against freedom. You're working against liberty. You're working against everything that we stand for. Don't you understand that? You literally are the problem with our culture. You're the security state. When you talk about a security state, that's what this is when you guys deny me my constitutional rights. I mean, what has to happen here? I mean, tell me what has to happen for me to walk into a publicly funded building. Hey, there we are. There's an officer of the law. How are you, sir?
I am security for the county, actually.
Security or an officer of the law?
Not security of the county.
Mr. Officer Smitherman?
Yeah.
Are you're security or you're a cop?
No, we're security for the county.
So you didn't pledge an oath to the Constitution?
No.
Oh, you're going to need a law officer here then.
Well, they're coming.
You're going to need a law officer.
No, they're in route.
Right, because
What's going on
I
today?
love this, dude. I love that.
Sure.
Thank you so much. I'm not going to attack you.
Yeah, no.
You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not going to try to
Yeah, I know,
fight you.
'cause
I'm
if
not
you
going
did,
to
it
try
would
to
turn
fight
out
you,
good. Yeah,
dude.
no
We're
worries.
going to get jumped. So look how cool that is. Instead of a thin blue line on his chest, he actually has a little tiny American flag, which I'm a patriot. I'm all for
Outstanding.
America. I'm all for the United States, brother. Thank
That's
you so
awesome.
much. What's your name anyway, sir?
My name's Brian.
Brian
Yep.
Smitherman.
Yep.
Brian Smitherman. Okay, so
What's going on today? What is on?
I came in here to do my business that I have to do here.
Okay.
And when I came in here to do business, I got to the gate and they said I couldn't come in if I was because I'm filming, which is a violation of my First Amendment right in a state-funded, publicly funded building. You can't, no matter what the court rules have been made. And by the way, Arizona judges have ruled emphatically that I do have a right to record.
Okay. I'm not here to say one way or another. Phoenix should be here shortly, so at the same time. And,
They keep on blocking my entrance. They keep on blocking.
well, they are in charge of this right here. So once Phoenix get here,
They're not in charge of my rights.
No, they're in charge of this area right here. This is part of the judicial
I
system.
agree to go through the security screening. I agree to go through the screening. I don't agree that they can't. They stop me from filming.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to agree with everything that their rules are. So
Brian, it's nice to meet you.
we'll get
brother.
it figured out.
It's nice to meet you. This is a good man right here. This is a good man.
It'll get figured out
He
one way
didn't
or
come
another.
in threatening or acting tough or violent. He admitted he wasn't a police officer, that he hadn't sworn an oath to the Constitution, and that we're going to work it out with the Phoenix Police Department. See, what these guys are doing right now, their security company. What's the name of your security company? What's the name of your security company?
I gave you the documentation, sir.
Oh, you're not going to just tell me? You, can't
I
just-
gave you the documentation.
you don't know the name of the security company?
Yes, I do, but I gave you the documentation. That's what it's for. It's in writing.
Gotcha. So the name of this security company here, what's it called? Department of Judicial Branch Security Department. That's the name of it. Judicial Branch Security Department. See that? So every time I tried to enter, they blocked my entrance, and they said specifically they blocked my entrance because I'm filming, meaning that they're violating my constitutional right to film. You have a right to film because it's called press. You are the press. And the reason why the press statute is so large and so wide-reaching is because you have a right to film. You have a right to film. And so what's going to happen next is these guys are going to come and I'm going to have to get their supervisor because they don't have a right to deny me entrance into a public building. Amazing. How you guys doing?
All right, so good, bro. How you doing? Doing well? Nothing there. Yeah, exactly.
Well, you guys are being correct.
Whatever they dictate.
No, they don't dictate anything. That's not how it works, friend. You use the wrong word.
Yeah, they're for security stuff.
No, but the word dictate. The court doesn't dictate anything. The court is bound by the Constitution.
He's good in here, so.
No, wait, officer. I need to go in there. Are you a police officer?
No, we're not, man. We're for
Oh,
security.
okay, you're security.
Yeah, we're for
Okay.
security.
I need an actual police officer who's going to let me go and film.
Yeah, they're in the round, yeah.
I heard you, Brian, but I'm a little ticked off at these guys who literally physically stopped me from using my constitutional rights. They've stopped me from using my rights. And that, my friend, I have a major problem with. And I will sue the security company, and I'll sue you. You can call me a good citizen. Call me Chille. Call me Chille. My name's Chille. Is my name not Chille? There's 400 people watching. Is my name not Chille? My name is Chille. Nice to meet you. Yeah, you asked me for my name. You asked me twice. I gave you my name. Stay cool. I'm totally cool. I mean, I haven't even lost my cool once. But you know, him over here whispering that if I go through, they're gonna grab me, brother. It's just terrible. You guys have to understand something, right? I want to educate you guys. You have a constitutional right to film anywhere that's a public space that's publicly funded.
I get that.
Well, then they can't stop me at the door and say you can't film in this little area. Matter of fact, Arizona judges. Matter of fact, you guys
I'm filming right now.
on. Yeah, so you're filming me right now.
No, I'm not.
We're not going here.
Right, but
No, yo.
are there cameras filming me right now?
I'm sure.
I'm sure there is.
Okay, so there's cameras filming me right now, but for some reason, I'm not allowed to film inside of a public building. It's just incredible. It's just incredible. And every time if I go to walk through, this guy right here is going to jump in my way and they're going to physically block me. Do you see that? They physically block me, and they've said straight up the reason they physically block me is because I'm filming. You're violating my rights, dude. You're violating, and you won't understand until you get served paperwork. And when you get served paperwork, my friend, that'll be the day your life changes, because you have to hire a lawyer. and I don't. So if each and every American watching this should piss you off. They don't have a right to do this. When you hear the term security state, police state, this is what a security state means. When the security has set up apparatuses that deny you your constitutional rights. More than willing to go through the screening, more than willing to do all the things that a building that's publicly funded would make sure that it protects itself, more than willing to do that. What I'm not willing to do is walk away with my rights being violated. And then this clown saying I threatened him. Brother, you don't know me at all. You don't know anything about me, dude. You don't know anything about me. I mean, I just want to enter. Why can't I just walk in and film?
You can enter all you want.
Why can't I just walk in?
Filming.
I don't as long as I'm
not filming.
as long as you're not filming.
Yes.
Okay, you got it on camera, brother.
Yes, you can't film. You're not allowed to.
He doesn't have to wear a mask either. You can't enforce a mandate. It's against the law. You can't enforce a policy. You guys don't understand. There's law enforcement and policy enforcement. You guys cannot enforce a policy in a state-funded public building. I mean, am I speaking in Chinese here, or do you understand what I'm saying? You can't make me wear a mask, and you can't make me show my ID, and you can't stop me from filming in a state-funded public building. And the courts don't make the laws. The courts follow the constitutionality of law. Isn't there a judge here you can grab and ask her and say, hey, look, are we opening ourselves up to civil litigation? Yes or no? Are we violating this man's constitutional rights? Yes or no?
Those paperwork shows you from the court.
I don't give a damn what that paperwork says.
That's the court stand.
The court doesn't have the right to violate. The premier law of the land is the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Don't you know that? I mean, incredible, incredible. The fact that you don't know that just shows me you have no education, and not even a big education, a rudimentary basic education. I mean, do you guys think you're right? I mean, do you think you're righteous right now? Do you guys think that you're righteous? Do you think you're being righteous? I'm just asking you, do you think you sound that you seem so full of condemnation. Do you feel like you're righteous right now? Do you think you're doing the right thing? Do you think that you're being an American? Do you think you're being a patriot? Do you? Let me just tell you something. You're a tyrant. You're a tyrant. You're denying freedom. You're fighting against our constitutional rights. I'm here to preserve your rights. And you're acting as though you're a bully on a playground. But just so you know, I'm not Bambi, brother. I'm not Bambi. Just remember that. Because you can be as tough as you want while you're all geared up with 10 guys behind you. But I'm not Bambi, bro. I mean, this guy's literally frustrated that I would be here flexing my constitutional rights. He's literally frustrated that I'm here flexing my rights. What are you frustrated about, brother? There's 500 people watching. What are you frustrated about? What are you frustrated about? That you're being a tyrant?
I'm not frustrated at all.
You're over here sighing and walking back and What's your problem?
Come on through, man.
See, she's in a public building. She has no expectation of privacy. Nobody does in a public building. This is what a security state, police state means. So now you know, when you hear the term security state, this is what a security state means. Make sure you tell everybody, this is what a security state means. When the security has set up apparatus to deny you your civil rights. Go ahead, folks.
Thank you.
The security has set up apparatuses to deny me my rights, and I will not tolerate it. I will not tolerate. And if they trespass me without making sure that they go through the due process to make sure that they don't talk to a city attorney or to someone here that understands the Constitution, they're gonna get sued. They're gonna get sued. You can't trespass me from a public building. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You're gonna stop me. I'm not gonna challenge you physically while you're on the job here. I'm not gonna physically challenge you, just so you know. I just want to let you know that, because there's thousands of people who are watching. I'm just gonna let you know I'm not gonna physically challenge you. I've stepped here to try to pass. You've impeded my way. I will stop now to keep the peace. Is that respectful enough for you?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm not gonna attack you, dude. Why would I do that? But I just want you to notice that you're literally stopping me. If I come here and I try to walk through right here, he physically stops me again.
Because I have to stop you here. You're evading the security process.
Well, then scan my bag and scan me.
You have to turn your phone off.
For why?
You're not allowed to film in the court.
No, that's wrong. You understand, when you say that, you open yourself up to civil litigation, you personally.
I gave you the documentation.
I don't care what the documentation says.
Read the documentation.
No one's challenged it before, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm here to challenge that document. That's what I'm going to do. I'm
Then
waiting.
do it. Then stop talking about it and do it. Go hire an attorney and file a lawsuit, but stop talking about it.
Are you on the citizen side of freedom, or are you on the...
I'm on you doing what you say you're going to do, which is to actually file a complaint.
I'm going to,
You will
brother.
not do it. No, you won't. All you guys say you will, and you never.
Really? Really? What does that say back there? What's that say?
Yeah, you have a shirt that says it, but you're actually, I can get a shirt that says it. I can go to the Kinko's and get a shirt that
Go
says
watch
it.
my channel, brother. You'll find out.
If I watch your channel, that would mean that I agree with you being a jackass.
Oh, I'm a jackass?
Yeah,
I'm here for your rights.
you are.
I'm here for your rights.
Right. So why don't you file a complaint? Actually put the
I have to wait for the police to get here to file a complaint against the police department
But
for
when are you
violating.
going to actually sue somebody instead of talking about suing somebody?
Dude, I'm suing 7 people right now.
What's your case? What case number is it? What's your name?
I need to
Where
answer.
can
I need
find
to
it?
answer to you.
Where
Look,
can I find
delete
it?
laws. DELETELAWZ. You can watch the cases
I
play
don't
out in
want to watch
court.
them. I
No,
want
they're right here, Captain. They're right here,
I
Captain
want to look them
Sabaho.
up, though.
Delete laws. DELETELAWZ.
Okay, so if I go to the Secretary of State and look it up, I'm going to see pleadings.
Go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
I'm going to see them
Go
or
ahead.
I'm not.
Go ahead.
Not go ahead. Are they actually there?
Just
Simple
watch the
question.
channel, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So you didn't even file anything.
Oh, I didn't? Are you sure?
I just asked you if you did, and you won't say that you did.
Of course, I'm suing 7 people.
Okay.
7 different entities.
If I look them up, are they going to be in there? Yes or no?
Sure.
Is that a yes or is that a no?
That's a yes.
You won't even answer.
Oh, I won't answer. And whose rights am I here for? Yours or mine or both of ours?
You're here to get attention. You're actually
I'm here to get attention. That's why I do this. That's why. You see what happens? You have citizens who are unhappy that I'm here for their rights. For their rights. That I'm here for their rights. I'm here for that clown's rights, and he wants to take the side of the security state, police state. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You see, this is the same thing that happened in Prohibition with the Volstead Act in 1920. The citizens of America enforced a mandate by getting the legislature to over. Yeah, that's holy smokes. How is everybody? Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a 5x5. Let me know if you guys can hear me all right. If my microphone's working. Can you guys hear me okay? Make sure everybody's there. Can you hear me all right there? DLZ Clips, give me a 5x5 if you would, please. Whoosh. Is my microphone working? Are you guys there? Okay, cool. Cool. What is going on? I apologize. I have been a little bit, I've been a little bit under the weather. I'm not sure if I told you guys that or not, but I went to sleep at 4:30 or so, and I just woke up 3 hours later. So I was pretty tired. And I want to make sure that we do a proper press with Ranker. So we'll do a proper fundraiser for press, and we'll do it tomorrow. So if you want to reset that DLZ Clips, we'll reset for tomorrow night for press with Ranker. That would be absolutely awesome. You know, and I watched this video back with you guys just now, and I honestly wish that I had enough time to sue every single entity that deserves to be sued, to sue every single person that deserves to be sued. And there's just not enough. There's not enough of me. There's not enough hours in the day. I don't have, I mean, we're stretched pretty thin right now with all the different things that we're doing. So there's quite a bit of lawsuits going on right now. And Ohio, the people who I'm suing in Ohio, they think that my resolve isn't going to push through. And so for those folks in Ohio who are watching, you guys have a real simple, it's a real simple equation here. Either you guys agree to the Second Amendment complaint, or I refile my lawsuit with, instead of 4 different charges, I'm going to charge 21 different claims of abuse. So it's totally up to you guys in Ohio, and you can listen to me or not listen to me, but that's what I was doing all day today. So we will refile in Ohio. I'll refile my entire federal civil rights lawsuit, and I'll add more people, or they can accept my second amendment complaint, and we can keep going. So this kind of dominated my day today. And then this morning, let me give you guys an update of the Las Vegas lawsuit. We had a hearing this morning in Nevada. My lawyer went, and the judge said to my lawyer that we need to go ahead and adjust our level of expectations to receive discovery. That's the evidence, because this is a misdemeanor case. And so the evidence we're going to receive is going to be minuscule in comparison to what we think. And so my lawyer said, I'm gonna talk to my client about that, but I think he's gonna have issue, which I do. I'm gonna, I was gonna move today to have the judge recused from the case in Nevada, but we're gonna see what happens with the case upcoming. We have a court date coming up in just a few days, and so I'm gonna decide that is what I'm gonna do. And so anyway, good to see everybody. I'm so sorry that I was asleep. I'm a little bit under the weather right now, and I just haven't wanted to get into it. Well, you always want to make sure that you have an attorney in a criminal case. And so yeah, it's pretty. How much time is left in this video down there, DLZ Clips? What's the amount of time left in the video we were watching? Because wasn't it amazing to you to watch that person who's supposed to be on our side, and he just completely and utterly crapped on all of us? Just a total piece of garbage. It's just unbelievable to me that this is the system that we have, and that this many people would want to be against freedom, against justice. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. But we're seeing it all around the country, everywhere we go, everything we do. It's just everywhere we go, we can't get away from the brutality, from the way that these cops are treating people. And everywhere you turn, you're seeing more and more and more. So let's go into another video real quick. So thanks. I literally just woke up, jumped on here because I was asleep for 3 hours almost. So welcome everybody to Delete Laws. Thank you so much. I don't know if I will be able to. There it is. Did that pop up for you guys? I'm not sure if that did or not. I'll take a look at the StreamYard. There it is. Cool, cool, cool. And now let's open this bad chicken. And I'm going to slide down to right here.
Is now at the center of an Indianola police officer accused of.
Let's get a good look. So there's the police officer, and there's the veteran, I believe.
Indianola police officer accused of shooting an unarmed 11-year-old child is now at the center of another federal lawsuit.
Now, 3 on your side's Quentin Smith has a copy of the lawsuit. He's here right now with that new information. Quentin.
That's right, Howard. This latest lawsuit accuses Officer Greg Capers of tasing and choking a man while in handcuffs. Now, the attorney representing him, Carlos Moore, says he wants that officer to be fired.
This 11-page federal lawsuit spells out what Kelvin Franklin and his attorney, Carlos Moore, say happened on December 30th of last year. It states that Officer Greg Capers aimed a firearm at plaintiff and tased him while detained in handcuffs.
Greg Capers did not care. This man is a very cruel and inhumane person, and he needs to be off of the police force.
Attorney Moore says this all started when Franklin, who's a staff sergeant in the U.S. Army, went to his then fiance's house in Indianola. Franklin left his bag in the car. He went to go get it, and that's when the commotion started.
And I believe when her cousins were parked in the driveway, so he asked the cousin to move, and I think there may have been some words exchanged between him and the cousin of the then fiance, and so the fiance did not know what was about to happen, so she called the police out of abundance of caution.
Moore says Capers responded to the scene. After alerting police that he had his firearm on him, Franklin was then put in handcuffs. According to Moore and the lawsuit, Capers pointed a gun at Franklin's head, who then asked the officer, "Why would you want to shoot me? I haven't done anything for you to shoot me." After putting the gun back in the holster, the lawsuit states defendant Officer Capers tased him 3 to 4 times on the false pretense of resisting arrest, despite Mr. Franklin already being detained. Capers also choked plaintiff while he was detained in handcuffs. Now they're asking for at least $500,000 in damages.
The city and the chief have been complicit in Greg Capers running wild and running rampant within the city of Indianola, and so they're going to have to pay the piper. They're going to have to pay the piper dearly.
This now marks the second federal lawsuit filed against Capers, who's also accused of shooting 11-year-old Adarian Murray back in May.
Wow.
He has since recovered from his injuries, and Capers has since been suspended from the department.
Wow, this guy's out of control.
The city of Indianola had foreknowledge that Greg Capers was a ever-present threat to society, to the citizens of Indianola, and they allowed him to fester and keep his job as a police officer. The chief have been complicit in Greg Capers
of resisting arrest, despite Mr. Franklin already being detained. Capers also choked plaintiff while he was detained in handcuffs.
Already detained in torture cuffs, and he continued to abuse him.
Now they're asking for at least $500,000 in damages.
The city and the chief have been complicit in Greg
Mississippi
Capers running wild and running rampant within the city of Indianola, and so they're going to have to pay the piper. They're going to have to pay the piper dearly.
This now marks the second federal lawsuit filed against Capers.
This is the part I wanted to rewind to and hear this again. It's the second federal lawsuit, and before he shot a little kid.
Who's also
I mean, take a look at that guy. You're take a good look at him. You're looking at a devil. You're looking at the devil. I mean, how else are you going to see him? Take a look at him. He shot a little boy, and he's choking someone in torture cuffs.
Accused of shooting 11-year-old Adarian Murray back in May. He has since recovered from his injuries, and Capers has since been suspended from the department.
The city of Indianola had foreknowledge that Greg Capers was a ever-present threat to society, to the citizens of Indianola, and they allowed him to fester and keep his job as a police officer.
Now, 5 unnamed officers, along with the city and police chief Ronald Sampson, are also being sued. We've reached out to the mayor and police chief for a comment. At this time, we are still waiting to hear back.
So this is what I'm talking about. It doesn't really matter how many times we sue these guys. The leadership problem. There's no leadership. We have to collectively get a person to run for governor that can change police policy and policing from the top down, or we're just going to continue to see lawsuit after lawsuit. And you saw the entire police departments being sued in Indianola. They have an ongoing problem with the cops shooting people, abusing people, choking people while they're in handcuffs. It's never ending. It's never ending. And until someone is governor, and I've told you I'm running for governor, it has to happen. We can't continue in this manner, and we have to hurry. I mean, we have to hurry because I'm not sure if you noticed, but life is pretty fleeting, and at any moment we may not be here anymore. And for those of you who are still with us, self included, we have to hurry. We've got to hurry. We've got to hurry and change things, or life could come to an end very, very quickly. So everybody do me a favor, hit the like button real quick. Take your finger, hit the like button if you would, please. And then type in the comment section, OTVO, Overturn Terry versus Ohio, or JBTP, Jackboot Thug Pig, if you would, pretty please, with sugar and cherry on top. Wow, that incredible.
No me gustan los pies a nosotros. Mira, pisando está, mira. No, yo con cuidado lo voy a mandar. No te vaya a ver porque vaya. Para el carro, mira, para atrás la lleva, mira, ve. Ey, no, mira,
That's strange. Does she have shoes on?
Hey, yo.
What? I'm sorry. Let's walk. I'm sorry. So it opens up. He's okay. Look where his hands are. Take a look. Let me escape from this so I can zoom in. His hands are right all the way down. This is how you grab someone that you're dating or your girlfriend or your wife. So she's around him. He's bent over. He's got his hands clasped right around the cheeks.
Mira, pisando.
Okay, a little kissy right there. Now he's gonna get another little squeeze in there.
No, yo con cuidado lo voy a mandar. No te vaya a ver porque
I mean, at least he's not a total out of shape. He's in good shape. I guess he's in good shape. So he's vigorous. He's healthy. He's
Vaya. Para el carro, mira, para atrás la lleva, mira, ve.
So wait, if she reaches over and she grabs the doorknob of his car, of our car, the taxpayer's car, and then she starts to open that back door and jumps in the back. They've done this before. Is that a fair enough assessment? They've done this before. Is that a fair thing to say?
Ey, no, mira, Ey, yo. Quítate más adelante.
Quítate, Ale.
Ey, yo.
Ay, pero por lo menos disimulándote para allá, de escondido.
All right, put a 1 in the chat if you think you know what's going on inside of that car right now. Put a 1 in the chat if you think you know right now what's going on inside of that car. I mean, look, I'm a man, flesh and bone, you know? I hope this is for officer safety. I think I know what's going on over here. And remember, tomorrow night we're doing a fundraiser for Press with Rancor. We got to raise $2,500 for this guy. It'll probably take a couple fundraisers to get it done, but we got to raise $2,500 for Press with Rancor. So, I mean, I think I know what's going on here. I think I know what they're doing in that car. Let's see if it ever is revealed. Let's see if the car starts rocking.
Son animales, policía pelón.
Prince George's County police officer is now suspended after a viral video, and it appears to show that uniformed officer kissing a...
Did you see the newscaster? Did you see his moralist? Did you see him? Look at the newscaster on the left.
Pelón.
Prince George's County police officer is now...
Okay, look at this guy over here, right here. Watch him, his admonishment. They were caught. He doesn't ever admonish the cops. He's so used to just sucking them. Watch this.
Suspended after a viral video, and it appears to show...
Did you see his little shake, his little head shake of disgust? You know he's got boots under his bed. He's as dirty as the rest.
That uniformed officer kissing a woman.
Well, the police department is now investigating the officer's actions. There's more that happened than just the kissing. 7 News Maryland Bureau Chief Brad Bell joining us live in Oxon Hill with the video that has a lot of people talking. This is going viral for all the wrong reasons, Brad.
Police officer now has been suspended. His police powers have been suspended by the Prince George's County Police Department. That happening within the last hour and a half. I'm standing just about where the police officer's car was parked at
where he was getting some on duty in uniform in the backseat of our car.
At this playground. We're behind Oxon Hill High School. The video was taken by someone standing over there on the playground. And as for the video, you can see it for yourself.
Are they going to show the car
The
rocking?
first video, now with millions of views, shows uniformed Prince George's County police officer Francesco Marlette in an embrace with a woman in the parking lot of a park. Children can be heard playing in the background. After an embrace, the officer and the woman climb into the back seat of the marked police car and disappear behind heavily tinted windows. 7 News tracking down the person behind the cell phone camera. This is Brad Bell from 7 News. I understand you're the person who took the video. Without revealing his name, he shares his version of the events he recorded at this community park in Oxon Hill last night, just after 7.
As we see the interaction getting a little bit interested, we were just like, let's just record, let's see what happens.
What did you think you saw happening?
I witnessed a cop doing something that any other citizen would have been charged with. The police officer, he did it broad daylight. He didn't even look up. He didn't care who was watching, who was witnessing. He didn't care if it was kids around. 30 minutes went by, it started getting dark, and that's when she literally just got out.
I'm so sorry. I love the juice. Let me hear it again.
He didn't care who was watching, who was witnessing. He didn't care
30 minutes?
if it was kids around. 30 minutes went by, it started getting dark, and that's when she literally just got out the truck and she went up out her way.
But that's not the end of the story, because after his video surfaced, this second video was posted showing the same police car in a different park, but once again, steps from a playground, once again with a woman getting into the back seat. And now, 7 News has learned the officer involved, Francesco Marlette, was once charged with child abuse, indicted in 2016 for allegedly knocking a 3-year-old unconscious. The charges later dropped, his record expunged. The officer returned to the streets.
So okay, so that's the golden nugget that we were all supposed to be hearing. So this guy you knocked out a 3-year-old kid, bro? You knocked unconscious a 3-year-old toddler? And then the charges are dropped? Who dropped those charges? Who dropped the charges? What are they even talking about? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Where was the coverage then? Where was the coverage of the cop knocking out a 3-year-old kid and then the charges being dropped? Where was the news coverage then? You saw the moralist, the newscaster. They got into this car and didn't get a... Where's your moralist vision when you know this guy knocked out a 3-year-old kid, his record was expunged, and the charges were dropped? How does that even happen? Because my familiarity with the state is that when you abuse a child, even if you don't press charges, then I'm just so confused right now. I thought this story was about a guy who was getting some while he was on the company payroll, our payroll. We're the company, and it actually ends up being much, much more than that. Why? Just listen to this again and tell me why this is not the news. Tell me what happened here.
Showing the same police car in a different park, but once again, steps from a playground, once again with a woman getting into the back seat. And now, 7 News.
How many other cops know about this trick that if you go to a playground and you put a girl in the back seat, that everybody thinks you're there watching the kids and that you're there for the presence of safety?
News has learned the officer involved, Francesco Marlette, was once charged with child abuse.
Francesco Marlette was once charged with child abuse.
Indicted in 2016.
Indicted in 2016. So you got that name right. Someone put his name in the chat so I can remember it. But Francisco Marlette was his name?
For allegedly
Francesco Marlette.
Knocking a 3-year-old unconscious. The charges later dropped, his record expunged. The officer returned to the streets. He was also suspended for a month this past May after being accused of domestic violence. He returned to duty in June. And he is now suspended once again. That is the second time this year for this officer. Now, we have been asking county officials, the police department, and the county executive's office, what's going on here? Why was this officer with this record put back on the streets? We are awaiting answers. Now, you've seen the video. Part of what the investigation aims to determine is what was going on inside that car. In Oxon Hill, Brad Bell, 7 News.
Brad, thanks. 7 News.
Yeah, of course. Of course. We know that nothing's going to happen to the copper. This is going to go away rather quickly. This is going to disappear. Francesco Marlette, who knocked out a 3-year-old kid in 2016 and the charges were dropped, it's just another example of the cops getting away with absolutely anything they do. I mean, are you kidding me? You're knocking out 3-year-old kids. Just so you guys know, to knock somebody out, you got to hit them pretty hard. You know, I have a past. I know what abuse is, and being knocked unconscious as a child is such a devastating thing that happens to kids. And the DA, who Francesco Marlette, is that what his name was? Someone, there it is. Thank you, right there, Teresa. So if it's Francesco Marlette, 2016, I want to know who the district attorney was that dropped the charges for a pig who knocked out a child. That's what I'd really like to know. I'd really like to know that. Yeah, DLZ Club says, I mean, he should be easy to find on Facebook, but he probably so far has he probably deleted his Facebook page. You guys know that. You know how all of us go after these people as soon as we know a way to get at them. So it's not like you know, he's probably hiding his Facebook page, but let me put his name back up there if you guys want to try to find his Facebook page. See if we can find his Facebook page. And then 2016, he's charged with assaulting, he's charged with child abuse, I imagine. And then those charges against him are going to be dropped. So I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. Conk, I agree with you. Love one another. I certainly am. I'm doing my best. You know, I know that. So just for example, let me give you a simple example. You know, I haven't been well the past week, and so I'm trying to not run myself into the ground. And just me falling asleep today at 4:45, 5 o'clock, and sleeping for 3 hours, and oversleeping, which I just haven't been very well. So I'm sorry I was late, but I'm just giving you an example here, comparing and contrasting. I literally feel bad. I feel bad that I wasn't here to start the fundraiser for Press with Rancor. I feel bad that my people were here, 200, 300 people were here waiting, and Colin is running videos because I'm not there, and I feel bad about that. I could only imagine how that district attorney, he must be a devil. He must be a demon. He must be Satan. How do you allow a guy to get away? Let me just tell you something real fast. If you abuse a kid in front of me, because I come from that lineage, if you abuse a kid in front of me, I'm 48, about to be 49 on Monday, and if I see you abuse a kid in front of me, I will beat the snot out of you. And I'm way past my prime here. So you know, if you beat a kid in front of me and I see it happening, number one, because I'm in my deep 40s here. Let's call it deep 40s. It's my last year of 40s. Because I'm in my deep 40s here, I would take him from the side and he wouldn't see me coming. I'd cheap shot him. You're abusing a kid in front of me, I'm going to cheap shot you. You're not going to see me coming. I can't watch it. So whoever the district attorney is from the Francesco Marlette child abuse case from 2016, that is the bad guy. I know that we hate the cops. Believe me, they're against us. If you cops watching, we now know your goal is to pull us over, arrest us, impound our car, and steal our money. Hopefully you can arrest one of our friends or family members along with it. And so you're against us. You're the enemy of freedom. You're the enemy of the people. We know we're now in a war against you, and we can't use violence, and you can. So we know that's what's happening. And so when I hear about child abuse of a kid, man, I'll tell you what, you son of a bitch, I come down on you, wham! Oh my God. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes you sick to your stomach. I want to see who the prosecuting officer was that dropped the charges against Francesco.
Me gustan los pies mejor.
Dropped the charges against Francesco Marlet. This says toxic cop brags. Oh, you guys remember this one? Everybody do me a favor, hit the like button. Do me a favor, take your finger and hit the like button. Just do it real fast. Hit the like button and then put in the comment section OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio, or put JBTP, Jackboot Thug Pig. Make sure you put a hashtag on that JBTP. And I told you guys, I sell a JBTP shirt in my store, in the merch store here on Teespring on YouTube. Anybody gets a t-shirt, this is JBTP on it, hashtag JBTP. And then you go next to a cop and you get a picture where you're posing with a piggy and you're wearing JBTP, I'll give you $100. I'll put you on my community tab. I'll blur your face out and I'll give you a free trifold because these guys, they show up to places and they hurt us and they abuse us and it's horrible. It is absolutely horrible. So now remember this cop from, I think it was Federal Way, Washington. Her name was Brittany. Pretty sure her name was Brittany. I can't, Brianna. Okay, I'm so sorry. It was Brianna, not Brittany. I'm so sorry. Free Brittany.
PSA to everyone out there. I'm speaking for myself, but I'm probably speaking for a large majority of other officers.
She's speaking for herself, but she's probably speaking for a majority of officers out there.
If we're driving on the freeway in our police car, get the out of the way. Get the out of the way. If us officers stay behind you long enough, we can find a reason to pull you over. So you might as well get the out of the way. I can go 90 miles an hour. You can't.
What? I mean, just disgusting. Her mannerisms, pretty much everything about her is just nasty. It's just gross.
So you might as well get the out of the way. I can go 90 miles an hour. You can't. You can't do that. So get the out of the way.
In the 38-second clip, Strauss tells the viewers, quote, I can go 90 miles per hour. You can't. She also says officers will find a way to pull someone over.
Hey, what's good, people? Hey, good morning. Thank you for tuning into my video. As you just seen from the intro and the video, so okay, she follows what you you know, I'm a taller dude. I got tons of tattoos, and I was a criminal at one time. I'm a law.
We'll come back to this guy's channel. Let me check out his channel before I endorse him or anything like that. I want to check out his channel. This is just on police brutality on Reddit. We'll check him out. So he has a story as well. Should we check him out now? Should we check him out right now and just see what he's got? Let's just real quick. Injustice. Wow. Take a look at this, y'all. I'm going to copy and paste his link down here. So just so you guys know, this is Injustice Exposed. 1 subscriber. This guy's got 1 subscriber, 96 views on his video. This is his, he's got 1 video up. Oh, I see. And this is Officer Fatally Shoots Pregnant Woman. And this is Quenisha Johnson murder trial. Why the justice system failed her. And this is 1 day ago, 1 day ago. Should we blow this guy up? Should we welcome him in? I mean, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to hit the subscribe button. And I'll be a 2nd subscriber. And let's just read let's read his about page and see what he's about here. This channel will be dedicated to bringing exposure to all cases that have been tainted by unjust means. All right, cool. Let's go to videos. I'm going to copy and paste this link in the chat if you guys want to subscribe to his page. But he did 3 videos this one's 30 minutes, this one's 20 minutes, and this one's 9 minutes. So 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and 9 minutes that he put out all in 1 day. That's what DLZ Clips and I do. So, you know, oh, I'm so sorry. That was, the screen was so, you know, he's got 1 subscriber. I just dropped his link down in the chat. Let's go over here. He's got now he's got 2 subscribers, 4 videos, and so just so you guys could see, 9 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And this one here with 96 views has the most. It's got a lot of commentary on there. But we saw this yesterday. I don't know if I want to get into it again. It pissed me off. And then I'll watch this one individually and come back. But either way, someone like this, I'm going to come in here and say, welcome to the resistance. Sorry about that. There's his channel right there. Pretty cool. I mean, pretty cool. I love it. We just found a brand new channel that has no subscribers, and he just started kicking out video after video after video today. Kicked out 3 videos, and he's staying true to his mission statement. This channel is going to be devoted to exposing injustice. And so, my brother, I'm happy to be your second subscriber, and I think a lot of the people here, I'm going to drop your link down in the chat. Let them know Delete Laws sent you. Let's get him to 100, 200 subscribers, which also reminds me, let me show you guys this one too. I watch a lot of stuff on the this one right here. This guy right here, Fight Club. This guy has 969 subscribers. I was reading his chat early. I was reading his thing earlier. Now I watch a lot of fighting and stuff like that. So if you don't watch a lot of fighting and stuff like that, then you won't love the channel. But I love fighting. It's my favorite. I wish I wasn't in my deep 40s, or I'd keep on fist fighting as much as I possibly could. I love fighting. I love a good fist fight. I love being in a good fist fight. You know, now at my age, a good fist fight will take me out of commission maybe for a year. It'll hurt my hands. It'll hurt my knees, my neck. So it's you know. So I just wanted to show you guys that. If you guys want to go over to Fight Club, I just dropped his link. He's only got 30 subscribers to go to get to 1,000 to monetize him. Like, that's it. Yeah, we got Rachel Putney to 1,000 subs as, whoops, sorry about that. We got Rachel Putney to 1,000 subs as well. So, you know, it's easy to do. If you don't love fighting, you won't love that one, Fight Club. But if you do, let him know that that Delete Laws sent you. And I'll just drop a comment for him. This is the video I watched earlier.
Conscious for hours after the incident, and after undergoing immediate emergency surgery on his leg, Sean was told that he was likely to never compete in MMA professionally ever again. But MMA was Sean's life, and
cool. And now we're back here to the top of police brutality on Reddit. Let's go down to our next video. Everybody hit the like button if you would, please. This says, Metropolitan Met officer who kicked and punched man sentenced 4 months prison, suspended 1 year community service. Oh, so this looks like it's a UK video because it's 400 pounds that he got paid. But this is something going on, and I was talking to Brian from Here's the Deal earlier today before I conked out on you guys. I was talking to Brian, and he was explaining that it's all over the country. We did a Twitter Spaces early today, I guess at noon, and the conversation earlier was that it's all over the world. It's not just in America. It's absolutely everywhere we go. Make sure you guys come tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Press with Ranker. We have to raise him some money. Tomorrow's Thursday, so let's do the fundraiser tomorrow night. Let's get Press with Ranker up to speed. I can't let Press with Ranker fall. Let's see what these guys have to say. Let's watch the abuse. No audio. They're punching and kicking someone who's on the ground hiding under a tarp. Look. Wow, look at this guy attacking this person. Look at that. Oh, kicking him. Holding an arm. So, wow. So can you see it? He's got his arm right here, and he pulls his arm as he's kicking down. Where's he kicking him? Must have kicked him in the face.
kicked him again. Did you see the kick? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. What is the whole thing of lay on the belly? What is that? Get on the ground. What is that? What is that? Get on the ground? That's what the guy looks like right there. You get in the end, they give us this money shot of the guy. There he is right there. That's what that guy looks like. Just a little beta male. Look at him. Just a little guy. Look at him. Doesn't lift weights, doesn't run, didn't train, wasn't a wrestler, wasn't a fighter. Just a tiny little dude. You could tell by the little panty ass kicks he was doing. That's what I'm talking about. You hire these beta male chumps who want to be tough. I mean, this guy's just an itty bitty guy. He just wanted to attack somebody, and he did. Look at him. Punching and kicking. Look, you can see it through here. Kicking a dude. Just insane.
A Riviera Beach police officer has been fired and is now facing criminal charges related to his involvement in a traffic accident that left 2 people dead. CBS 12's Al Pefley joins us live and reports tonight that that officer who was injured in the crash was released from jail this afternoon. Al?
Ex-Riviera Beach police officer Carl Johnson, who you see here leaving the jail Friday afternoon in a wheelchair with a blanket over his head, was released on a $100,000 bond from the Palm Beach County Jail. 32-year-old Johnson is facing 2 counts of vehicular homicide.
Officer Johnson, what do you have to say about the charges?
Sir, you need to back up, sir. Sir, back up. Thank you. He's not feeling well. As you can see, he was in a horrible car accident. Sir, thank you.
Officer, what would you say to the victim's family?
Sir, just back up. Sir, you need to please back up, sir. Thank you.
No. He doesn't have to back up, and don't allow them to back you up. He has this man has killed people. He's killed people in his car. We now have a right, and he's a matter of public interest. So, for example, when you call me and say, "Hey, Chille, come to my town in Wisconsin or Michigan," or wherever you call me and say, "Come there." As soon as someone calls me, I'm a member of the press. You guys know that. You're a member of the press as well. And so I have a right now to go up to that person and question them. If you are a district attorney or a prosecutor and you're prosecuting somebody and that person calls me, you are now a public interest, and I can walk right up to you anytime I want. And I can begin to question you about why you're persecuting or prosecuting someone. You don't have to back away because the cops murder people and then they don't want to talk about it later. You don't have to get away, and I would not have.
Sir. Johnson said nothing as he left the jail a few hours after he made his first court appearance on charges filed following a Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office investigation. According to court documents, on Sunday, June 18th at about 1 in the morning, Johnson was driving this marked Riviera Beach police car south on Australian Avenue when he hit another car that was crossing the road to turn left. Investigators found Johnson was going 94 miles an hour at the time, and his lights and siren were not turned on. The posted speed limit on Australian is 35. The 2 victims, 43-year-old Danielle Bell and 29-year-old.
So they're dead.
Rodnisha Saunders, both of Riviera Beach, were pronounced.
It looked like I'm not sure if that's a father-daughter or if that's a husband.
The posted speed limit on Australian is 35. The 2 victims,
43-year-old
Danielle Bell and 29-year-old Rodnisha Saunders.
So 43 and 29, they were a couple. That's sad. They died together. They look like they belong together. They look like they're meant for each other.
Both of Riviera Beach were pronounced dead at the scene. Officer Johnson was also seriously injured and taken to the hospital.
This was a horrific accident. As you can see, Mr. Johnson was seriously injured. He spent over a month in the hospital in rehab. He cannot put any weight on his feet, get up.
Wow. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you joking right now? So the cops will rip your arms behind your back if you have a dislocated shoulder or a broken collarbone or a broken wrist. The cops will say, "I don't give a damn. It's our policy. I'm going to rip your arm behind your back even if your shoulder is bad." So now
I'm supposed to feel bad for this piggy who murdered 2 people and now he has all kinds of problems? He's got all kinds of problems beyond that. He's got a problem with his soul. If you're a cop, you have a problem with your soul. You're a broken person. You can't watch these YouTube videos. You can't sign up to those policies and procedures and not realize that you are a broken person, that you are part of the problem. You joined a Death Star and you're doing demon, devil, horrible things to the people. And now this lawyer gets up there and says, everybody feel bad for him. He can't put weight on his feet. He shouldn't even be alive. He killed 2 people.
In court, Johnson's attorney claimed that his client was responding to an emergency call for another officer who needed help.
Oh, haven't we heard that? Isn't that what it was last time too? Wasn't it last time that he was rushing for an officer who needed assistance that was in a fight? Isn't that what it always is? Step it up, hurry up and get here. And meanwhile, people are dying constantly at the hands of these jackboot thug pigs. When people talk about defund and abolish, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about we have to defund this organization that has autonomy. We don't want a policing organization. We don't want a peace officer organization. We don't want a law enforcement organization where they have autonomy. We don't want that. Nobody, if you're a citizen, you don't want an autonomous policing organization over you where they decide who gets in trouble, they clean up their own backyard, they'll investigate themselves. When you talk about defund, that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about that we don't want peace officers. Who does not want security? I want security. Everybody wants security. What we're talking about when we say defund is we're talking about defunding law enforcers. We don't need them and we don't want them. They don't belong in our society. We don't need law enforcers and we don't want law enforcers. We want peace officers who have a third-party organization where they have to pay for their own insurance so that they can be insured to be a peace officer, where a third-party organization can come in and fire them and say, we got 20 reports, we got 20 videos of you being a jackboot thug pig. That's what defund means. Get rid of law enforcers, law enforcement in our country. And this is the reason why they have total autonomy. He was going to a call to help an officer who needed assistance. You don't get there that fast. We don't need you to go speeding through our cities and towns and murdering people. We don't need it. We don't want it. We don't need it and we don't want it. And this is what Dan just said. Dan, this is the reason why I'm running for governor. I will defund them. I will create a new peace officers organization that has a third party overlooking it, that is not prosecuted by the prosecuting office when they kill people. They'll be prosecuted by a third party that is state funded, where their goal is to get convictions. You have to have steel that sharpens steel, said by James Madison, taken from Montesquieu. So I'm just letting you know, the original idea of steel sharpens steel doesn't come from our founding fathers. It comes from Enlightenment thinkers. So this is what I'm trying to, I can just feel it. I can just feel the anger.
And that the driver of the car that Johnson hit was driving drunk. Neither of those things, though, are mentioned in the sheriff's office's investigative report on this accident.
So the state-run media gets up there and says the other guy was a drunk driver. And then he just throws in as a caveat, he doesn't start off with, well, now they're saying that he was drunk driving, but that wasn't in the police report. Look how he presents it.
And that the driver of the car that Johnson hit was driving drunk. Neither of those things, though, are mentioned in the sheriff's office's investigative report on this accident, although officers did find a baggie containing a small amount of marijuana in the victim's vehicle.
Just so you guys know, if I ever die, if anything ever happens to me, I'm not suicidal, number one. Number two, there will be a trace of marijuana in my system, either from drinking it or smoking it sometime in the last month. Pretty regular. I smoke some weed if I can. My teeth are all pulled, so I can't smoke weed right now. But I'll do like one of the edibles or something. So if you find a trace of marijuana in my bloodstream or in my system, then don't think that something happened to me because there was a trace of marijuana in my system. It didn't. The reason something happened to me is because I was, hopefully, I don't even want to say those things, but if anything happens to me, I didn't do it to myself. And if you find a trace of marijuana in my system, that wasn't the cause. I could drive right now. There would be a trace of marijuana in my system. And if I got in a car accident and people died, it wouldn't be because there was a trace of marijuana in my system. I told you guys my age. I've been doing this a long time. Marijuana does not affect you like alcohol does. It simply does not. So far, the media state-run reporter, Al, doing the best job he can to seem nonpartisan. But so far, he said, well, they were drunk. And then, but they did find a little marijuana in the car. So we said, but they did. Let me listen to what he said again. They did find a little baggie of marijuana.
Sheriff's Office investigative report on this accident, although officers did find a baggie containing a small amount of marijuana in the victim's vehicle.
That's why they're bad. They found marijuana in their vehicle. They must be bad people. It must have been their fault. They had marijuana. You know what? Drop the investigation. We already know. It was the marijuana smokers who did this. They did it.
Live in Riviera Beach, Al Peffley, CBS 12 News.
Riviera Beach Police declined our request for an interview with the police chief. They released this written statement acknowledging the conclusion of the investigation, saying the incident has been determined to be criminal in nature and their sympathies go out to the families impacted by the accident. Families impacted by the accident. Released this written.
So this is the statement from the Riviera Beach Police Department, committed to maintaining the utmost standards of integrity. Okay, stop right there. Just hold on a second. You're lying. You are in charge of a jackboot thug pig organization. So right off the bat, put a 1 in the chat if they're lying. Committed to maintaining the utmost standards of integrity. Bzz, fired. You're wrong. That's a lie. That's a lie. You're lying. That's not true. Committed to maintaining the utmost standards of integrity. No. 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 The Riviera Beach Police Department acknowledges the conclusion of the investigation by the Palm Beach County. So just let me open it big so you guys can just read the words here. The Riviera Beach Police acknowledges the finish of the investigation by the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office into the vehicle crash involving Carl Johnson. The incident has been determined to be criminal.
Statement acknowledging the conclusion.
So it's been determined to be criminal. Now, is he going to be punished like any of us would be punished? Let's see. Let's see what the rest of it says.
Conclusion of the investigation, saying the incident has been determined to be criminal in nature and their sympathies go out to the families impacted.
Criminal in nature, resulting in charges against him, dedicated to upholding the highest standards and preserving the public trust. Put a 1 in the chat right now if that ship has sailed. Put a 1 in the chat if that ship has sailed. The Riviera Beach Police Department has discontinued employment with Carl Johnson. Dedicated to upholding the highest standards and preserving public trust. You have lost us, Riviera Beach Police Department. And the only reason any of this is happening likely is because there's a camera that caught on tape, on video. We know that they've been covering up murders and lies for decades when there wasn't a camera on the scene. We know they've been lying. We know it. We know it. Our sympathies go out to the families impacted by this incident, and we extend our sincere condolences. But didn't you say the driver was drunk, and didn't you say they found marijuana? So it doesn't sound like you have sympathies that go out to the family. It seems as though you painted this family ugly and said that he was drunk and that there was marijuana in the car. So it doesn't seem like they're really on the side of truth, transparency, and justice. They painted that couple ugly as soon as they were dead.
By the accident.
So here's their blue line blocker. You see him? He's already looking because that guy murdered 2 people. And now here comes their blue line blocker to make sure that he doesn't get caught on camera.
No. Do not do him a favor. Go around that jackboot thug pig.
He's still injured.
Officer, I would rip that right off the top of his head. I would take that blanket right off the top of his head. There's no way he gets away with this. You take that blanket right off his head. There's no assault. You're not attacking someone for taking a blanket off their head and throwing it back at him. Put it right back on his lap. Take that blanket off his head. Show the man who did the murders.
Johnson, what do you have to say about the charges?
Sir, you need to back up, sir.
Oh, no, dude. Oh, dude. Let me just tell you something. Real fast. I told you guys earlier, I enjoy a good fight. If this guy put his hands on me like this and I had my camera in my hand, I'd knock him on his ass. Don't you put your hands on me, buddy. You're not man enough to put your hands on me. You're not a man. You're dealing with a full-grown man if you're dealing with me, a guy who spent thousands of hours on a mat. And let me just tell you something, Chumpzilla. Your 98-cent ass couldn't hold me back. You put your hands on me, bud, I'll go right around you. In 2 seconds flat. You wouldn't be able to stop me from getting my footage. Look at this guy, ready to defend, ready to block for the blue line. Now, right here, he's going to put his hands on the man with the camera. Watch.
Back up, please. He's still injured.
Officer Johnson, what do you have to say about the charges?
Sir, you need to back up,
right
sir.
there. Ooh, bud. Number one, you're not a man. Don't put your hands on me, buddy. Don't touch me. So it looks like the other cop was black, according to his hand here that he's got outside of his dressing to hide his identity after he murdered people. And this jackboot thug pig put his hands on me. He might go on the ground.
Sir, back up. Thank you. He's not feeling well, as you can see.
I don't give a damn.
He was in a horrible car accident. Sir, thank you.
Officer, what would you say to the victim's family?
Look at this guy. Just so you guys know what you're watching, he doesn't have any right to block you out. He doesn't have any right to block your camera. He's impeding on your First Amendment right, and you could sue him. And let me just tell you guys, any of you citizens decide to put your hands on me when I'm filming, you're going to have a rude awakening. Don't you put your hands on a full-grown man. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a big mistake.
Sir, just back up. Sir, you need to please back up, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, can you back up? Sir.
I'm on a public sidewalk.
Wow. He even had to say, I'm on a public sidewalk. Oh my God. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to puke. Dude, do not put your freaking hands on me when I'm running camera. I'm doing a First Amendment protected activity. I have every right to do what I'm doing. This man killed 2 people. He's now an interest for the public. That means I have a right to film him. God, am I the only one who's like this? Are there other people who are like me? There's some of them. I've seen a few people. I do not accept this tyrannical police state, prison state, death state. I don't accept it. I do not accept this. I don't accept a pig wearing a blue shirt trying to block me from interviewing the man who killed 2 people. I tell you what, you son of a bitch. I'll take you down. I tell you what. Woo, I got to wipe it off. What's going on, Alec? What's going on, Michael? How is everybody? Woke Pete, Chuck, what's going on? How is everybody? Good to see everybody. Welcome to another episode of Delete Laws. So far, I don't know, DLZ Clips, did you show anything earlier that YouTube's going to demonetize the stream? I'm sorry, DLZ Clips. They're going to demonetize the stream anyway, and then we have to appeal it. We can't show anything. Immediately out of the gate, your content is limited. Oh, Lord. Everybody hit the like button. Take your finger and put, you know what? The button. Hit the like button. Take your finger and push it. It's the thumbs up thing down there like that. It looks just like that. Oh, by the way, I think Rights On, just so you guys know, let me give Rights On a lot of credit here. Pretty sure we're going to have Anthony Alleghrini's family come on tomorrow. I was texting with them today. I just was not 100% today. So I was texting with the aunt of Anthony Allegrini earlier this afternoon, and that is all Rights On. Rights On did all the legwork to bring on Anthony Alleghrini's family. So hopefully tomorrow night
with the Press with Ranker fundraiser. We'll have to change this thumbnail DLZ clips, and let's use the thumbnail for tomorrow for Press with Ranker. We have to raise him $2,500 to get his attorney. The Tribe, what's going on, buddy? So we're going to have Anthony Allegrini's family on the show. You pigs who murdered Anthony Allegrini, they're just going to get away with it. They created policies and procedures, and we're not going to be able to do anything about it. We can try to ruin them. We'll ruin the cops. That's why they're hiding their faces now, because they're doing jackboot thug pig things. So now they're covering their faces. They're covering their faces on the body cam footage. When I'm governor, that comes to an end. There'll be no more covering cops' faces with body cameras. Francesco Marlette, that's his name, huh? There it is right there. Lenny's got his name. See if we can find Francesco or Francisco Marlette. That's the cop who knocked out the 3-year-old kid in 2016, and the prosecutor dropped the charges. So if everybody has hit the like button, and we got JBTP, Jackboot Thug Pig, put into the comment section, then let's go on and let's go to another one here. Wow. Wow, you guys should
Go ahead, turn around for
me. Okay. Wow. This is classic. Oh my God. How many people were here the other day when I broke down Anthony Allegrini's murder and we cried on camera and everybody was sobbing watching the kid? Do you guys remember that? Everybody remember Anthony Allegrini? Hit the like button if you remember Anthony Allegrini. And what the Philadelphia Police Department was so concerned about was street racing. That's what they were concerned about. Their whole focus of the Anthony Allegrini press conference was about street racing. This says, deputy arrested for street racing, tells police he wanted to impress his girlfriend on date night. So wait a minute. You're telling me, I'm just so confused here. You mean that people in general don't like the street racing? It sounds to me like people like street racing. I've never been involved with street racing. I'm not endorsing street racing. I don't know anything about street racing. I've never been to a street racing event. I've never been a part of one. I've never filmed one. I've never seen one. So for YouTube, any way you can find to demonetize our stream, I'm not endorsing street racing, YouTube China. I'm not doing that. I'm saying that a member of the state apparatus that you protect, YouTube, that you protect, a member of the state apparatus of oppression, tyranny, death, and murder, a deputy of the state was arrested for street racing. I'm just curious, YouTube. I'm just curious. Is it going to be demonetized because I'm talking about street racing now? I'm pretty sure it probably will be. We're going to be demonetized for talking about street racing.
Do you have anything on you that's going to stick me, poke me, or hurt me? All right. At this time, I'm placing you under arrest for your street racing, all right?
So he was street racing on a motorcycle, it sounds like.
Wasn't racing. And this body camera footage from St. Cloud Police Wednesday evening.
St. Cloud, Minnesota. Minnesota is one of the worst police states in the world.
An officer is heard calling in a high-speed street race between two motorcyclists.
Don't! I got one fleeing.
One of the motorcyclists then flees, but the other pulled over and identified himself as Orange County Sheriff's Deputy Brian Espinal.
Wow. And look at his babe on the back. She's all ready to go.
I'm deputy.
Wow, I'm a deputy. There was his get out of jail free card.
Police quickly grabbed Deputy Espinal's keys, fearing he would flee as well.
The outside in, it looks like you're racing.
Oh, I could see how that looks. You know, I could see how that looks, and it wasn't like that.
When police tell Deputy Espinal he ran at least one red light, conducted several illegal unsafe lane changes, and hit speeds just under 100 miles an hour, he told them he wanted to impress his girlfriend.
It looks bad on my part, and I understand. You know, we're going on a date night.
Oh, so the other pig should understand. The other pig should understand. Hey, listen, we were going on a date night. I was out with my chick. We were having a good time. We're going to go have some drinks later, maybe get in the back of a squad car at a park. You know, we were all set up here until you came along and ruined it.
And I just got the bike not too long ago.
So he just got the bike not too long ago. He wanted to impress her.
And I wanted to impress her, and it's really bad. I don't speed at all.
Deputy Espinal was heard several times denying he was street racing.
That's so funny. It's so funny that, so I don't understand the street racing phenomenon because I'm not a part of it. I do know that in cities, all states, all over the country, that there is this street racing phenomenon that people are loving taking their own cars and then just whipping Brodies in the middle of a intersection or a stoplight or a big, populated area. And I don't agree with it. I think it's dangerous. I think we should sanction it. You should create a place where people can go and whip their Brodies and sign a waiver, and we should sanction it. If a cop is engaging in street racing, well, they're the evil of all of our society. But if this copper is engaging in street racing, then obviously it's a pretty popular thing to do. And then he blamed it on his girlfriend and said, oh, I was trying to impress my girlfriend.
But then admits he didn't know who the second motorcyclist was, and they simply met at the intersection before investigators say they decided to race.
I just got it out the dealership. You guys can see it's a brand new 2023.
So now he's telling them, you guys should understand, I just got this brand new motorcycle. You guys, everybody here should understand that. Like, what are you talking about? You guys should all understand.
The video, a St. Cloud police sergeant then determines to arrest Deputy Espinal for criminal street racing.
And the only reason he's getting arrested is because it was caught on camera. The only reason this jackboot thug pig is being held accountable is because it was caught on camera. That's the only reason. There's no other reason that this is happening right now other than it was caught on camera. That's the only reason it's happening. The only reason we're seeing this pig get arrested, if there were no cameras, just so you guys know, it used to be great to be a piggy. It used to be amazing. Right around 2010, just before 2010, right? When the body cams started really happening, 2010, 2012, around there, it was great to be a pig. This pig could do this. Another pig could catch him and be like, yo, I'm a pig. And the other pig would be like, okay, listen, man, don't you do this again. You don't get caught doing this again. And then they would let him go. They'd call over to his guy, and his superior would be like, okay, I'm going to reprimand him. And then you'd come in and be like, yo, you got caught street racing, man? Be like, yeah, man. He's like, dude, don't get caught like that again. If someone had caught you on camera, you'd be facing charges right now. Fast forward to 2023. Now everybody has a video camera. If this jackboot thug pig was doing 100 between stoplight to stoplight, then that means someone like myself, which I do all the time, I make sure that my dash cam faces that way. I pull my camera phone out and I start filming. So put a 1 in the chat if you agree with me. The only reason this jackboot thug pig was arrested is because he was caught on camera. Do you guys agree with that? I just want to know. Does anybody disagree with that? Does anybody think that he would not have been arrested if he was not caught on camera? I'm just wondering. Put a 1 in the chat if you think he was only arrested because he was caught on camera. Put a 2 in the chat if you think he would have been arrested if there wasn't a camera. Just do that for me real fast. I'm just want to know what you guys think. Just want to know what you guys think. Let me know what you think. Yeah, most people 11.11 said twisted root. What is going on with the Playboy? So this piggy, he's gonna try to get away with it, and he might get away with it. He might get away with it. You never do know. You never do know. You never can tell. I mean, we're looking at it. We are watching, and just so you guys know, it's all over the country. This is everywhere, in every state, every city, every town, every borough, every district. These jackboot thug pigs are behaving like this with everybody and everything. It's going on. It's very normal. We'll do one more. I'm sorry. I've got stuff I got to get done today, but let's do one more. Let's go to Bad Cop No Donut. And then I saw this earlier and I didn't get a chance to get into it. Police officer pours oil over girl, later strip searches her without permission in front of male officers. Trigger warning. So here this is. Let me drop this in so you guys can see what I'm looking at here. Oh, I see. So this is in another country. That's in another country. I don't know that language. Wow. Bad cop, no donut. There's not a lot of videos on this one. There's just 61 indicted in Georgia on racketeering charges connected to Stop Cop City movement. So that's the thing. We've got to stop this cop city in Georgia. Now they're charging people who don't want a standing army in the United States of America. They're now indicting people because you want to fight back against a standing army in the United States of America. Wow. Just wow. Let's take a look at this real quick. I'll drop the link right here. This is from the AP. Let's read this and break it down. 61 people have been indicted in Georgia on racketeering charges following a long-running state investigation into protests against a planned police, and firefighter. Okay, sure thing. Training facility in Atlanta that critics call cops. So here's state-run media by RJ Rico. This guy right here, just so you guys know, I just can't help it. I just can't help it. I just can't help it. Let's keep reading his article, and then we'll come back. I got his Twitter pulled up, and we're gonna go at him. If this is enough bullshit, I'm gonna go at him. In the sweeping indictment released Tuesday, Republican Republican. There it is for my Republicans who are like, oh, make sure you don't vote for Democrats. Only vote for Republicans. Only vote for Republicans. You sure about that? Because Republicans are cop suckers. Republicans and conservatives have created the police state, prison state, death state that we live in. And then what Democrats did is make sure that we didn't have our gun rights in these death states that the cops have created. In a sweeping indictment Tuesday, Republican Attorney General Chris Carr alleged sorry about that. Let me fix that real quick. It just popped up. Get out. Get out. Decline. I don't need your offer. God. That's so annoying. I don't need your crap. Don't sell me stuff I'm not going to buy. Attorney General Chris Carr alleged the defendants are militant anarchists who supported a violent movement that prosecutors traced to the widespread 2020 racial justice protests. Oh, so now you're telling me because we don't want a standing army in Atlanta that now we're a violent movement? Well, I mean, so let me ask you a question. If I go there, am I now a part of the violent movement? Because as you guys know, I say time and time again, do not loot, do not riot, do not commit violence. We're not going to win with violence with a standing army in our country. And now they're trying to put in a standing army base. These freedom fighters are working against it. And now they're called violent thugs, part of the 2020 racial justice protests. The August 29th indictment is the latest application of the state's anti-racketeering laws, also known as RICO laws, that comes just weeks after the Fulton County prosecutor used the statute to charge former President Donald Trump and 18 other defendants. The Stop Cop City effort has gone on for more than 2 years and at times veered into vandalism and violence. Listen to me, I got to be honest with you. You know, it's not my path, but I support and I cheer on and I'm all for that being destroyed. I don't want Cop City to stand ever. I'm not for committing destruction and I'm not for those things. If they happen, I'm all for it. 100%. I'm not telling you to go do it, but if Cop City is destroyed, if the building is torn down, I'm all for it. I don't want it to happen. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not saying for you to break the law. I'm saying that people who do, you got my full support. I think it's trash. They're building a cop city in America. It has got to be stopped. It has got to be stopped. How do we stop it? Listen, I've already ran it around my team trying to figure out people we could sue, how we could stop it. And the truth is, it has to be stopped. From my perspective, this could be the linchpin that starts the civil war in our country. You're going to create a jackboot thug pig military base of pigs in our country, and I'm telling you, I tell you what, it shouldn't be standing. I'm not going to call for it to be burned to the ground. I'm not saying it should be burned to the ground. It should be burned to the ground. I'm not saying we should do it. The idea should be burned to the ground philosophically.
We shouldn't have a cop city in our country. We should not have a standing army base of pigs in our country who have all this military gear. Who's the governor of Georgia? Just unbelievable. And I have to be careful that I even say the things I say, because then I could be inciting a riot. Or no, listen, I just don't support Cop City. And if people who burn it to the ground, listen, I'm not going to do it. I'm not telling you to do it. It shouldn't stand. It shouldn't exist. I'm more than welcome to have my perspective. Don't go to violence. Don't go to vandalism. Don't go to violence. I'm for all those things. There's going to be people who do whatever the hell they want. And 100%, I'm for it. I just don't think you should do it. I don't think you and I should go to violence. The people who are going to do things like that are for a brand that they've already been rejected from society. They've already been labeled a felon for life. They don't have any path to redemption. Their lives are ruined. These are people who, they're desperate. And, hopefully that's not any of us here, but it has to be stopped. One way or another, Cop City has got to be stopped. Now, I'm not calling for any violence. I'm not calling for any vandalism or destruction. I'm just saying if it happens, I'm not against it. I just don't support it, if that makes any sense. It's almost like when someone goes ballistic and does something crazy, I don't endorse that. I understand why they did it. Same thing here. I'm not endorsing burning the buildings to the ground. I understand why people are doing it, though, and I'm not mad about it. You're building an army base for pigs. You're building an army base for pigs. You think I support that? The Stop City effort's gone on for more than 2 years. Opponents feared the training center will lead to a greater militarization of police, and its construction in an urban forest will exacerbate environmental damage in a poor, majority black area. Most of those indicted have already been charged over their alleged involvement in the movement. I mean, who is this district attorney? Take this person down. RICO charges carry a heavy potential sentence that could be added on top of the penalty for underlying acts. Among the defendants, more than 36 people already facing domestic terrorism. Oh my God. Oh my God. I told you, as soon as we created a war on terror, now look, everybody's a terrorist. Oh, you don't agree with our jackboot thug pig army base? You're a terrorist then. You mean you're not building a terrorist organization in Atlanta? You are. You're building a terrorist organization. In connection to violent protests? I'm sorry, that's not true. You're lying. 3 leaders of a bail fund previously accused of money laundering and 3 activists previously charged with felony intimidation after authorities said their disturbed flyers calling a state trooper a murderer for his involvement in the fatal shooting of a protester. So you're telling me 3 activists previously charged with felony intimidation after authorities said they distributed flyers calling a state trooper a murderer for his involvement in the fatal shooting of a protester. Okay, cool. Let's take a break right there. And I want you guys real quick, somebody find me the information, and I'm going to make a flyer right now that calls the state trooper who murdered an activist a murderer. And I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to put it on my community page. I'm allowed to say anything I want. I'm going to put it on someone find the exact flyer and I'll repurpose it. I'll repost it. I believe that they murdered that activist in Georgia. I know he'd been an activist for decades and he hadn't gone to violence. So they lied about him. The state trooper who murdered him is a murderer. And I'm more than willing to put it on my community tab, on my Instagram page, on my Facebook page, on my Twitter. I'll put it across everywhere. I'll send a copy of it into the prosecutor's office. I'll send a copy of it to the damn murdering pig. That's what I'll do. I have every right to say anything I want. They're charging this people with calling a state trooper a murderer with felony intimidation. Are you intimidated? A guy in California is telling you that you're a murderer. And I think you're a murderer. I know you're a murderer. I know that activist had never turned to violence ever. Someone find me that flyer. I'll repost it or I'll create my own. Give me the name of that state trooper. I'll find it myself. That murdering state trooper. Why do we have troopers in America? Why do we have troopers? Why is that? Just think about that. Think about the words we're using. We need state troopers here. We need troopers.
Is that what we need here? We don't need that. We don't need that, and we don't want that. We don't need it, and we don't want it. It's just... Yeah, you remember that? So I was in Ohio, in Youngstown, when I uncovered the murder of James Sheets, and I made flyers, and I went to the police department, and I put flyers up all over the police department calling Tommy Shinneman and Matt Haas murderers. Is that felony intimidation because I'm calling them murderers? Who knows? In Ohio, they probably would have tried to charge me with felony intimidation. And by the way, these people facing these charges, it's real. They're looking at years or decades in prison. So unbelievable. So unbelievable. Stormtroopers. That's exactly correct. Isaiah Smith said stormtroopers. That's exactly what we're looking at right now. The 61 defendants together have conspired to prevent the construction of the Atlanta Public Safety Training Center. It's not conspiracy. We don't want it. Coordinating and organizing acts of violence, intimidation, and property destruction. Good. 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 It should not happen, Carr said during a news conference Tuesday. In linking the defendants to the alleged conspiracy, prosecutors have made a huge series of allegations. Those include everything from possessing fire accelerant and throwing Molotov cocktails at police officers. Where did that happen? Where did that happen? I didn't see any pigs burning alive. I didn't see that. I would have covered it. Where's the Molotov cocktail thing where I saw pigs burning alive? I definitely would have covered that. I would have got some marshmallows here, put them out in front of my camera, and we could have had a pig roast. We don't like pigs. Don't you get that? We hate you. We see you as the devil, as the enemy. And this prosecutor is one of them. I'm allowed to say, I hate you dirty fucking pigs. There's nothing wrong with that. Fucking hate you. I do. When I see a pig on the road and they act all friendly and cordial, I know in my mind this jackboot thug pig within the last few days has ruined somebody, has pulled somebody over, impounded their car, taken them to a dungeon, and stole their money. That's what I see when I see a pig. When I see a pig, that's what I see. I'm so, listen, you guys, you don't get to decide of whether or not my opinion is that you're a murdering pig. So I will redistribute that flyer. I will head right over to Atlanta and I'll put it on the prosecutor's office door. Go ahead and charge me. I'm ready to fight it. I in no way, shape, or form am a terrorist. I would never burn anything, attack anybody, vandalize anything. I understand why they're doing it. Good for them. I don't endorse it. It's not what I think it should happen. If it's happening, I'm not upset about it. Am I allowed to have a perspective? Am I allowed to have opinion? Oh, you don't agree with us? You should be taken out and killed. They're charging these people with felonies for they're saying, oh, they had Molotov cocktails. Where's the burning pig? To be reimbursed for glue and food for activists who spent months camping they were camping in the woods. Activists leading an ongoing referendum effort against the project immediately condemned the charges, calling them anti-democratic. Of course they are. Chris Carr may try to use his prosecutor's power to build his gubernatorial campaign and silence free speech, but his threats will not silence our commitment to standing up for our future, our community, and our city, the Cop City Vote Coalition said in a statement. Republican Brian Kemp, oh, this guy's a boot-licking scumbag pig. This guy is the worst. This is the governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp. I didn't know that. I know who he is. He's a piece of shit. Brian Kemp is a piece of shit. Chris Carr is the prosecutor and Brian Kemp is the governor. There's your Republicans. There they are. You guys are like, don't vote for Democrats. What's on the other side? One side's mandatory jabs, lockdowns, total control, one world nation. The other side is a total police state, prison state, Nazi endorsers. Black people, still enters. Mexicans, spics. That's how they see us. Oh, your name is Jose DeCastro? Just another spick. That's my name. Brian Kemp and Chris Carr,
So you either get a brand of nasty authoritarianism or you get a brand of nasty authoritarianism domestically. So Joe Biden wants to take us into a one world government. Trump wants to have cop sucking events, back the blue rallies, those are our choices. Those are our choices. Chris Carr, huh? Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr, politician. So this is him. Let's downvote him. Let's let him know. Politician. Wow, I'm not sure which one of these is going to be the best page to go to, but let's give him some serious downvotes and let's leave some comments for him. What a pig. Wow, I can't believe it. There's not even nearly enough comments on this pig's page. Here it is right here. This is the page right here. I found it. Everybody head over here. Let's go right here right now. Here it is. He put it on his Facebook page right here. Let me drop the link in the chat. Here he is right here. We're going to leave him some comments. Here's the link to the page I'm on. It's right there in the chats. Wow. Look at him with all the pigs. Look at him with all the pigs. Look at him. Look at him with all the pigs. Black pigs, white pigs, Mexican pigs, Arab pigs, all the pigs. And look at this pig right here. Look at all the pigs. Look at how many pigs. Look at all of these people. Got the ponytail pigs in the back. And look at all these guys standing around. And this is the leader of the people? I don't think so. I don't think so. Today, we announced the indictment of 61 people in Fulton County. Wow. Wow. Disgusting pigs. You can burn in hell. You guys know how I do. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Just gonna let them know. Just gotta make this phone call real quick here. I'm just gonna call Chris Carr and just let him know real quick. Let him know. And I mean, I can only do so many things here. I wish I could get down there. I wish I could get there. I really do. I really, really do. 404-458-3600.
You have reached the office of the Georgia Attorney General. Our office is now closed. Please call back during our normal business hours of 8:30 a.m. through 5 o'clock p.m. Monday through Friday. Thank you.
Is there any
Your call cannot be transferred. Please try again later. Thank you.
Why can't I leave a message? Why can't I leave a message? I don't understand. I mean, look at this guy. Look at this guy. And there's the same number on Google. File a complaint. Here's a different number I have here. 404-651-8600. This is the other number I found online.
Thank you for calling the Consumer Protection Unit of the Georgia Department of Law. Although the office is closed, please stay on the line to hear information about our services. Please have pencil and paper ready for important
So those are our choices. We either get a one world government, we get where we have to give all of our money and our guns away, where we're not energy independent. Or on the flip side of that, we get to be energy independent, but you live in a total police state, and Trump's going to divide the country every day with his tweets. We're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't.
We're damned if we do. We're damned if we don't. On the left, you got authoritarianism, mandatory jabs, wear a mask, one world government. On the right, you got back the blue rally, put them in the car, do it harder, take their guns first, and then give them due process, ban bump stocks, and let's do back the blue rallies. Let's do a back the blue rally and support cops and tell the cops, put them in the car and don't be so nice about it. I mean, I guess the people who support this channel that love Trump, you guys just forgot what he said. Put him in the car and don't be so nice about it. And then George Floyd was murdered May 25th and Breonna was killed March 13th. So back to back after Trump got into office. So you guys must have just forgot. All these Trumpers are like, yay for Trump. Did you forget his back the blue rally? Did you forget his take the guns and then give them due process? Did you forget he bump stocks? Did you forget his back the blue rally in Minnesota, the worst police departments in America? Did you guys forget about this? I'm just wondering. Yeah, but Biden and China on the other side. So let me just explain it. And listen, you can be offended all you want. I don't know how much time I have left on this earth, so I don't give a damn what you think. I'm going to tell you the truth, the absolute total truth. So you have the Biden crime family on one side, family. You can see it in their text. You can see it on Hunter Biden's laptop. He's smoking crack, banging hookers, threatening other countries that if you don't do what I want, my dad's going to come down on you. Multi-millionaire, stealing money. All the Biden family has money. On the flip side of that, we have Donald Trump, back the blue, ban guns, give them due process second. And if you don't know that Donald Trump's a criminal family too, Jared Kushner got $20 billion, a $20 billion fund from the Saudi Arabians. And then Trump, if you don't watch Jordan Is My Lawyer, really good looking blonde who breaks down the news with nonpartisan, and she gave the entire Trump indictment. Trump declassified nuclear documents, hid them in a building so he could give them to the Saudi Arabians. Sorry if you don't like it. That's the truth. That's what's going on. People are like, why is Trump being indicted? I'm telling you why. He declassified nuclear documents and then hid them in his estates and then was going to give them to the Saudis. He's a criminal family organization, just like the Biden family. The Saudis paid off Jared Kushner, his son-in-law, with Jared Kushner is not qualified to get a $20 billion deal from the Saudi Arabians. He was buying the nuclear secrets. Why is this so hard to understand? I understand that people love Trump. I get it. I understand. A strong man who's willing to do the fighting and the bidding for the people, but then he didn't. He didn't. There's people in prison today because he banned bump stocks. The Biden crime family is trying to reinstitute the mask mandate with Fauci. Those are our choices. Those are our choices. You get the Biden crime family or the Trump crime family. You guys don't know what the Trump indictment is about? Okay. I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to actually understand. I want you guys to actually understand what the Trump indictment is about, because Trump is a criminal and so is Biden. That's what I'm trying to get across to you. It's not like I'm trying to take down your savior if you're some Trump sycophant. I'm just telling you, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. I'll show you guys what I watch, and then you guys can decide. You guys can decide if what I'm saying is true or not.
Let's go through the counts of.
So here it is. This is Jordan Is My Lawyer. She's not hard to look at. Her sister's way better looking than she is. But this is the Trump indictment if you want to know. All she does is nonpartisan news. She won't pick a side. I'm subscribed to her channel. I like her channel. She comes off poorly, but you know what? I do too sometimes. So
Donald Trump's most recent indictment, now that it's been unsealed. Counts 1 through 31 pertain to willfully retaining national defense information. And this might be what a lot of people are most interested in, because this actually gives a little description of each document. Count 32 is conspiracy to obstruct justice. 33 is withholding a document or record. 34 is corruptly concealing a document or record. 35 is concealing a document in a federal investigation. 36 is scheme to conceal. 37 is false statements and representations as they pertain to Donald Trump's false statements and representations. And then count 38 specifically pertains to his aides' false statements and representations. How do you get this indictment? Go to jordanismylawyer.com.
Here's where she tries to pitch her podcast all the time, and it's just such a mistake. She has to stop doing this, trying to force people to go to her podcast, and they don't want to. They watch on YouTube.
.com. There's going to be, you can't see it, but a little menu button in the top right corner. And you're going to click episodes. You're going to type in Donald. Let's go through the counts of Donald Trump's most recent indictment now that it's been unsealed. Counts 1 through 31 pertain to willfully retaining national defense information. And this might be what a lot of people
Willfully obtaining national defense information. Do you guys not understand what he did? Do you not get what he's being charged for? He's being charged for declassifying nuclear secrets and taking the documents. He should be charged with espionage and hung, just like Joe Biden should be. Joe Biden works for China. He works for Saudi Arabia. Pick your poison. Joe Biden works for China, works for Ukraine. Trump works for the Saudis. He's working for them. I mean, I'm sorry it's hard for you guys to accept this, but I'm not well. I don't know how much time I got. So I'm just going to tell the truth, and I don't care if people like it or not. I'm just going to tell you. He stole nuclear secrets. His son-in-law was paid off $20 billion. And then he stashed the nuclear secrets in his Mar-a-Lago bathroom. That's what Trump's being indicted for. He should be hung. I'm sorry. It's not something I like. I really liked Trump. I don't anymore. I don't like him. He stole nuclear secrets and took a $20 billion payoff. Jared Kushner was never worth $20 billion. They paid off his family, just like the Biden crime family. Sorry, and I don't care if you guys don't like it.
Are most interested in, because this actually gives a little description of each document. Count 32 is conspiracy to obstruct justice. 33 is withholding a document or record. 34 is corruptly concealing a document or record. 35 is concealing a document in a federal investigation. 36 is scheme to conceal. 37 is false statements and representations as they pertain to Donald Trump's false statements and representations. And then count 38 specifically pertains to his aides' false statements and representations. How do you get this?
So I'm not sure if this is it or not. Hopefully she tries to force you to go to her podcast and it just doesn't go very well. I'm trying to find more information.
I just did my initial assessment of the Donald Trump indictment. Let's go through it together. I definitely see a pattern. What I'm seeing is that every 3 or 4 counts is related to one invoice received from Michael Cohen, and these invoices come in every month in the year of 2017. So it ranges from February 14, 2017 to December 1st, 2017, but I will illustrate what I mean. Let's look at counts 11, 12, and 13. So count 11 pertains to an invoice received from Michael Cohen dated May 22nd, 2017. Then you go down to the 12th count and you'll see again May 22nd, 2017, and it pertains to an entry in the detailed general ledger. Then you go down to count 13 and it pertains to the account check and check stub dated May 23rd, 2017. That pattern happens throughout the whole indictment. So this pertains to 11 different invoices received from Michael Cohen by Donald Trump and the Trump Organization, and how each invoice was paid and recorded on the book.
So that's one thing, just so you guys know, the idea that Trump is the only one guilty of paying off hookers. Biden got caught with that chick and she sued him. It didn't get anywhere. He still ran for president and won. So that's what we get. We either get this or that. We don't have any leadership. And I know a lot of Trumpers are going to be like, oh, Chille, Trumper. Listen, what he's done is wrong, and what Biden has done is wrong. And what I'm trying to convey to you is that as soon as you get to these levels, it's just they're all about themselves. They don't come from the peon class. They come from the billionaire elitist class. Both Biden and Trump are just the same. Just depends on who's going to pay them off. The Chinese or the Ukrainians or Saudis. Trump and Biden are the same kind of human being. I'm not sure who's more racist. I'm not sure who's more authoritarian. Trump wants the authoritarianism for us with cops. Biden wants the global authoritarianism where it's a one world government. It's just pick your poison. Pick your poison. And that's what I'm talking about. And that's what I'm talking about when I say I'm running for governor as a third party. I would never support a Republican or a Democrat. They're trash. You lost the body cam footage because of the Republicans and Democrats. Who took away your body cam footage? Republicans mostly. Who took away the body cam footage for us? Mostly Republicans. And what do we care the most about? Us walking out the door and being safe. The cops are the biggest murderers there are. I'm sorry if you guys don't like the truth. I'm not going to shy away from it. I'm not. I could walk outside right now and get hit by a truck. All right? Life is fleeting. Life is short. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. It is what it is. I'm not, and you can support Trump. This guy put Trump 2024. Listen, you're welcome to support Trump. I don't think you're supporting the peons. We're peons. Trump does not care. He says he cares about us peons, just like Biden does. They don't care about us. I'll put it up there. You can support Trump. You can support him all you want. You're welcome to support that. I'm just not going to support him. I'm not going to support, I think that Roach Matt has it correct. Why can't you guys get it? The Biden crime family or the Trump crime family? You think Trump is thinking about the little guy? You think Biden is thinking about the little guy? You think Trump or Biden is thinking, man, cops are charging people with assault when we know on camera there's no assault? Do you think Trump or Biden is thinking about you and me at all? Do you think Trump or Biden is going, man, there's all these resisting arrests and all these obstruction charges against people who don't want to give their ID? You're resisting or obstructing because you don't want to give me ID. Do you think that they're sitting around thinking about that? I'm talking about when you walk out the door. I'm not trying to create a divide with you. What I'm trying to do is get you to come to the middle. Because and I know, when you and I walk out the door, our number one fear are the cops. The number one problem you and I have as peons in America are the police. You think Biden or Trump is sitting around going, man, we really got to get rid of this military gear. We got to move to a digital detainment system so that we can catch criminals. All that looting we're seeing in stores, I could solve that problem in 2 seconds flat. Let's implement the system I've designed. We don't have to put up with looting and criminality. We can get each and every criminal. I want each and every criminal to face justice. I don't agree with criminality. I'm just trying to get you guys to see it's two wings of the same bird. If you don't agree with me, then just tell me this. Why did the Saudis give Jared Kushner $20 billion? Why did that oil company give millions of dollars to Hunter Biden, a crackhead who sleeps with hookers? Why? Because they're the same. The Saudis gave Jared Kushner $20 billion. For what? You don't have to say, Chille's against Trump. I'm just asking you, why did the Saudis give Jared Kushner $20 billion? How come? If you can answer that question fairly, then I'm ready to hear it. Why did Burisma give Hunter Biden multi-millions of dollars? Why is all the Biden family on the payroll for these national conglomerate organizations of fossil fuels, where they're giving the Biden family millions of dollars to this family member, millions of dollars to this one, millions of dollars to this one? Why are they doing that? It's the Biden crime family. I mean, if just be true, just be honest. If your son-in-law got $20 billion, how come? Could it be because you're president and they want nuclear secrets? I'm just saying. Why can't you just be honest? Why can't you just be honest? Why can't you leave your tribe of sycophant for Biden or Trump? Why can't you leave that and just be honest? Why did Burisma give millions of dollars to Hunter Biden? Why did the Saudis give billions to Jared Kushner? It's a fair question. It's a fair question. Did the Saudis have a deal pending with Jared Kushner before Trump became president? No. Did Burisma have a deal going with Hunter Biden before Joe Biden was the vice president? No. They're the same. Why can't you see it? CNN, the communist news network, you and I agree about that, but Fox News is good. When do you open your freaking eyes? When do you stop? They're the same. They're against you and me. You think, so the sycophant in here for Trump, you think Trump's going to get in office and go, man, you know what? We got way too many people in prisons and jails. We need to demilitarize these police. You think Trump's going to get in the office and say that? Let's take away all these military. Last I saw, just recently, Trump was bragging that we had all this military equipment sitting around, so I just gave it to the police departments. As peons, for you and I, when we walk out the door, what are we affected by the most? fucking pigs and their military equipment. They're getting dressed up. G.I. Joe loser, ready to kill Americans. Who did that? Trump did. Who's endorsing it? Joe Biden. Do you see Biden saying demilitarize these jackboot thug pigs? Why can't you guys see it? Why can't you guys be honest? The sycophants in here for these politicians. Republicans and Democrats are two wings of the same bird against you and me. They're for elitists and billionaires. Why is it so hard to say? I mean, why can't you just be honest? I mean, Billy, I'm with you. I'm actually with you. When Trump did the Back the Blue rally, I hate him. I've hated him ever since that day. I like some of his ideas. I hate him. Cop sucking. Joe Biden, I hate him. I hate them both. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Why can't you? Jared Kushner's not worth getting a $20 billion investment from the Saudis, and Hunter Biden isn't worth getting tens of millions of dollars from Ukraine or China. Neither one of them are qualified to get that money from foreign national governments. And the reason they got the money was because they were buying the president. Why is that so hard? Just being honest. Why is it so hard? That's all. Okay. Am I wrong? Hunter Biden and Jared Kushner, Jared Kushner's not, well, how do we know? Prince was on heroin. We don't know if Jared Kushner is strung out on drugs or not. He doesn't seem to be, but he's not qualified to get $20 billion from the Saudis. What qualified him for that? What qualified him for that? What did? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. So anyway, all right, I'll get the flock out of here. I've been, we all go through stuff, and life is not easy. Life is hard. It's a difficult, long journey, and all we have to do is stay alive. And these presidents, whether they be Biden or Trump, have not worked in our favor. They've worked against you and against me and against the peon class. We are peons, and we need to get a peon in the executive office. And you guys can say, oh, this, oh, that. But the truth is that if I get in, and when I get into the governor's mansion, if I live long enough, God help us all, I'll change policing from the top down. And the number one thing that affects you are the cops. The number one thing that affects you are cops. The number one thing that you fear when you walk out the door are cops. Biden and Trump are cop suckers. You think Trump funded cops? Biden funded cops even more. I'm just saying. I just tell the truth. I'll just shoot you straight. Tell you the truth. I'm going to create that flyer calling that trooper. Someone send me that information. I'll look it up myself. But I'd like to know. I'd like to know what that flyer said, because jackboot thug pigs trying to prosecute people for putting a state trooper's name on a flyer and calling him a murderer. He is a murderer. He murdered that activist in the woods. Does it matter to you if the guy who sent him in to do the murdering was a Republican or Democrat? They're the same. So that's what I was trying to get across here. So Sarah here said that Kushner was the head of U.S. relations with the Middle East during Trump's presidency. Oh, so then if he's the head of U.S. relations with the Middle East during the presidency, he got a $20 billion deal when he was head of U.S. relations with the Middle East. He got $20 billion. So I'll take that appointment. Sign me up. Let me be the head of the U.S. relations with the Middle East. Let me sign up for that. Sarah, you put it up there. Do you not think that? Yeah, there it is. I mean, Sarah, I can't tell two-dimensional words what you mean by your statement, but you lined it out for us. You got it. The guy, the head of the relationship between the U.S. and the Middle East, got $20 billion. What do you think his report to the government's going to be? They're great. Those are great people over there. We want to work with their governments. Kushner came back after getting that position as the head of U.S. relations with the Middle East with his $20 billion check and went back to Daddy Trump and said, we love the Middle East. Come on. I mean, come on. I mean, come on. Like, it's just so crazy. You ain't privating any live DLZ clips. I don't like Trump. I don't like Biden, and I'm not going to shy away from it. I don't like either one of them. I think they're both two wings of the same bird. I'm allowed to say it. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it. The other day, when I stepped into the street, I opened my car door, and then without looking, I shut my car door, and then I started to cross the street. And right when I started to cross the street, my brain had not looked both ways when I went to go cross the street. And right when I shut the door and I flipped around to cross the street, I took like one step, and a Pepsi truck went right by me. This close. Right there. That's how close it was to me. It was a huge truck. Huge. And I shut the door, turned around, went to go cross the street, took one step, and boosh, this truck went this far away from my face. And I thought to myself, that's it. I could have died right then and there. I didn't look both ways. I was in a hurry, was trying to get things done. And I thought to myself right then and there, I'm going to tell the truth to the people. Some people may not like me for it. Pepsi does suck. That's true. I don't drink Pepsi or Coke. There it is right there. I don't drink Pepsi or Coke. There you guys are. Democrats, Republicans, Pepsi and Coke. I don't drink either one. Let's take a vote. Pepsi or Coke? Put it in the chat. Let's see what you guys say. Pepsi or Coke? Pepsi or Coke? Pepsi or Coke? Both are sugar water. Rick, that's what I'm saying, Rick. Both of them are sugar water. Why can't we just be honest? Why can't we tell the truth? If you're for Back the Blue rallies, then I understand your support. If you're for Back the Blue rallies, then I understand why you would support Republicans and Democrats. But I don't understand it other than that. I don't understand it. I don't get it. So if you don't like me because I don't like either one of them, well, then I go, okay. I guess I'm not for everybody, you know. But at least I'm real. At least I'm genuine to a fault. Because I'm not going to hide that you're voting for the wrong people. You got to vote for independence, and we got to get a new third party in there. We got to change the system. The system has to be changed. A third party will not win as long as we keep on buying into Republicans and Democrats. And a third party has got to win, who will change the life of the peons in America. Let me just be totally honest. I don't give a damn about the lives of the people in Ukraine. I don't give a damn about the lives of the kids in Africa. I don't give a damn about the lives of the kids in South America. I don't care. I care about you. I care about us. I care about the people living here now. That's what I care about. And that's what our government's supposed to focus on and care about. And neither one of Republicans or Democrats do that. And if you decide you don't like me because I call out the truth, then okay, fine. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to hide my position or my opinion. I'm going to tell the truth. That Pepsi truck was right there. I was just one more degree away from where you guys would be saying, oh yeah, you guys remember that guy? He died. So, all right. DLZ Clips is a great big Trumper. So I can see him down here and he's just losing his mind. Oh, don't bash Trump. I get it, but I don't care. I'm going to tell the truth. I don't like Trump. I don't like Biden. I don't like either one of them. I'm not voting for either one of them. I wouldn't vote for either one of them. I advise you not to as well. So there it is. All right, listen, I got to get the flock out of here. Sorry, this stream was a little weird. I've been a little sick, and I was just trying to get through today, to be honest. I just had to lay down and go to sleep. I'd run myself into the ground. So, all right, I'll get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Chevy, Sembit, Jackboot, Thug Pigs, Billy, DLZ Clips. What's going on, Playboy? Did you send me a text message on my Yep. All right, I'm going to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I will see you guys on the next one. Being a leader is not easy. Saying things that are hard, that are truthful, are hard to say. Saying things that are the truth, that need to be said, are hard to say. Not so hard for me to say it. It's just hard to face the scrutiny and face the people who don't want to see or hear the truth. And so I'm not going to shy away from it. It's the truth. The truth, no matter what, is always one thing. It's always just the truth. All right. I'll get the flock out of here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, Gators.